Well, good thing that I'm streaming now. What's a hard R? Yes, I'm streaming.
Ken, you're
now.
not streaming now. Oh, yes, you are. What the fuck? Why'd you just now go
I'm
live?
broadcasting voices.
You know what to do, Cody.
I don't want to do it,
Don't
but
you
I
dare.
need to. John, would you want to do the countdown?
I like to nuke streams. I like to nuke streams, bro. It's fun.
Just remember, I will nuke your stream next time then, Cody.
Can't nuke the stream if you're muted.
Yeah.
I can, and I will.
Can't nuke nothing, bro. No communications.
Well, just remember, Cody, I won't order your stuff on Amazon for you.
I can't. I'm not gonna fuck with PayPal, dude. I don't even know how that shit works.
Really? Pretty easy.
He's talking.
You have a PayPal account?
Yes.
So do I.
I don't want a business account. I'm
All
trying to.
So, by the way, Cody, welcome to the 21st century.
God damn, John. You want to eat my dick?
No.
Just fuck off.
I mean, there's probably dust on it, bro. That thing is ancient. From what I heard, you just came to the future. Literally happened 5 seconds ago. You're like, what? There's such thing as PayPal? Yes,
Bro, okay.
It's like 2003.
So when I get on PayPal on my computer,
whatever you're about to say is going to be both infuriating and hilarious at the same time.
So I type PayPal, and I go PayPal account, and then I log in.
Bro, it's like talking to like a customer all over again. What do you mean I need a password for my email? Bro, it's not that hard. So basically, did you create a PayPal account?
I did. Now when I log into it, it says you'll need to revise your current business account to accept payments.
Yes.
Wants me to use. Do I push use existing business account?
Do you have an existing business account?
I don't know. I think this one is a business account.
Oh my God. Cody has no idea.
But when I click use existing business account, it wants me to do describe your business. I do sole proprietor, right?
All right.
The emissions are lower.
And then I would do the name of my business is SirSoxs. What products do you sell? What do I put there?
Oh, guess where Pennsylvania is now.
What is it free to put whatever you want?
Yeah.
Entertainment.
That's what it would be. Yeah, it's entertainment.
Enter, if I can fucking spell.
Upsy downsies.
Cody gives all the upsy downsies.
So we have $2 gas. We have more jobs. We have more.
How do you spell entertainer?
As it relates to energy than ever before, because of fracking, we've reduced coal.
ENTERAINER.
Montreal Agreement.
That's not an option. You said EN?
Follow this because I used to get hung on those words all the time. It's the same thing. It's the same bullshit new country that doesn't matter. Or city. Think about that for a second.
Wes is now calling it 223 Biden, 314 Trump.
Green-minded company.
What now?
Anyone.
So Wes was freaking, like, he wasn't really freaking out, but he was convinced that early voting was going to push it towards Biden. And so he thought Ohio was going to go Biden, Pennsylvania was going to go Biden, and now looking at it, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, you probably won't know till Friday, like, steadily, because Gretchen Whitmer's stupid. But things that weren't so certain are coming closer to it's Trump. Basically, Trump's gonna win. Also, can you guess what my girlfriend voted?
that don't have
Trump.
EPA. It is remarkable.
Wrong answers? Cody wins that wrong answers?
Independent, and our carbon emissions are, I believe, the second lowest of any year.
It doesn't let me do entertainer.
But they're still damn
There should be one for entertainment.
And what no one talks about is where's the world leader?
It's right under the one that says exotic.
So again, not just
Shut. Oh my God, John.
I'm fairly certain Cody does exotic. I've seen him putting some leg up there.
Even the ones that are kind of the brand names, your Shells, your whatever, and even though some of those are European companies as well, but when you look at the West, including the United States, the number of scientists, laboratories, government-funded, or just capitalism-fueled innovation to try and make this work. Look, some of the
I still don't understand like why nobody's called Florida for Trump.
Because it puts him ahead of Biden.
Who want to preserve these outdoor areas.
Like looking at Georgia. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Or is it your Elon Musk's? Is it going to be your other companies in America that have the freedom to be able to
because yeah, that would put him again.
Catholic state is on fire, and the other
So stop calling it a race at that point.
Texas, where there's welcomed with
and then it becomes just a slaughter from here on out.
Oh, it is 100% a slaughter.
Now, speaking of the whole energy, and we thought that the fracking with Joe Biden might be an issue in Pennsylvania. So we've got 40 to 47% of the votes in Pennsylvania, and Trump is up by 2 points, 50% to 48. So, it's still early, but that looks good to me.
That's still really early. So I don't want to.
It's that mail-in vote, like you said. Yeah, it's that early vote. So he's really going to have to outperform.
I don't want to count those pipelines.
No, we're not there.
Profit.
Hey, so I think we're hearing. It was just tweeted by Jeff Mitchell saying that Fox and CNN walking back Virginia. Now they're coming back again. There's some flipping and flopping here in the last few minutes. I don't know if Red
flip and flop and flip and floppers.
There was some question about how the numbers, they were calling it for Biden, but now that Trump's numbers are huge again. I don't know if there's some kind of technical slip up, but
so
make
Biden
the deal.
This is crazy.
So here's the deal.
This is just
the thing about Virginia is that the mail-in votes do not even start being counted until 7 p.m. And then they're counted till 11. So the results that you have early on are the in-person day of. And so I think that's why they tried to call it so early. They thought, well, we can call this, but let's look at the lead here because Trump, it could be that he's getting enough of a belief. If you go over to CNN,
right,
they have not called Virginia for Biden.
And by the way, that's
50 wow, CNN has not called Virginia.
Right now, Arizona doesn't look very good for Donald Trump, but I don't know what they're counting first.
That is surprising.
They're saying 80%.
Oh, good lord, yeah.
Of Arizona.
Yeah, 80.
That's high.
Yeah, 80. Hold on a second, but 80% in and a 10-point spread, an 11-point spread. Something tells me that they haven't counted some serious counties there.
Yeah, they're saying if it's too early to call it that spread.
That must mean. Do we know which counties have not been? People in Arizona, let us know because that's one of those things that seems weird, kind of like the last go around with Florida, where Florida I remember looked really bad. Yeah. When we were doing the live broadcast, and then the Panhandle came through. I think we were on the line with Anthony Cumia when that happened, and we said, "Oh, wow, that's changing." So I know they just counted Maricopa County, which is where they expected Biden to do the best. And I don't know if this is 80% of all Arizona votes. No, 72% in now.
Okay, all right. So maybe
was that 80% for Maricopa County? Can you let us know and fill us in there, Reg, in Arizona? Because
sure.
I tell you what, it's one of those things. If it were close and it was 70% in, you'd go, okay, that's bad. But if it's a 10-point spread, that tells me that the overwhelming Trump counties have not been counted.
So what's your call, John? You think Trump's got it?
Big of a spread at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think he had it from the beginning, bro.
You think he had it from the beginning?
Yeah. I just think that you put an Alzheimer's patient against him, and I mean, here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put Grandpa back in the nursing home, tell him he won, and that's the end of it.
Calling the states, they may be counting the mail-in votes.
I believe it.
Or the same-day votes first. Which state was it that counted the mail-in votes first? I think it was North Carolina, right? Where they counted the mail votes first.
Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota races too early to call. Of course they're gonna say that.
Generally, they count.
But I seem to remember 2012. I think it was 2012. 1% were in. They called it for Obama.
Lower down down there, you'll see that Phoenix and Tuscan, you know,
Tucson.
Yeah, sorry.
What is it with you guys in pronunciation?
Well,
Well, I mean, with all the turnouts that we had, and there being a risk of fucking him getting it, I tell you right now, I was out at the polls. I can tell you just by the people that were there, I seen a lot more fucking Trump supporters than I actually did Biden supporters.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that there was probably quite a bit of people that did early voting or whatnot and did it via that were for Biden, but all the people that came out today, 100%. The majority of them were,
so depending on what particular site that you're looking at for the vacancy,
excuse me,
there around 8:15 Eastern,
are for
being
Trump.
And then or Trump being favored, then it went back for about.
I'm in shock that like they called Associated Press called Virginia so early, and so New York Times.
Those are shifting on 10 to 15-minute intervals depending on how these are coming in, and there's a lot still out there that.
Pennsylvania, 53% Trump.
We don't know about no new updates as far as I understand.
Michigan, 55% Trump.
Like a 2.5 minute break. 2.5 minute break. 2.5 minute break. Again, the promo code is Crowder Election Stream. Enjoy these commercial sketches, and I will be back in 2 minutes once my bladder has been cleared, and we will.
This is.
For you. Stay with us, not the other guys, because they lie.
I mean, I'm broadcasting you too. I should probably actually go to the YouTube version, not the Blaze TV one.
Reported.
Yeah.
Copyright strikes all day.
Let's check out Ricada's stream. So Nick Ricada, he's a lawyer out of Minnesota.
Of highly, in my humble, ignorant opinion, highly unreliable, or at the very least, it's either unreliable or totally predictable sources to begin with. So they'll poll 1,000, 2,000 people, and they're going to qualify them as independent, likely voters, whatever. Whereas in the real world, Nick, you know, Kurt, we know this. We're on the interwebs. We're dealing with tens, hundreds of thousands of people of all walks of life who are not reluctant to share their opinions, and we have a more accurate sampling, in my humble opinion, of what the playing field actually.
Okay. Where is it? 1 minute. Okay, folks. Frankly, it's the best.
You know what I forgot to do today, John? I forgot to give you more coffee.
AR-15 coffee.
More black rifle.
Coffee. It's a coffee.
That's all right. I'll get it from you another time.
Oh, don't worry. I will give you some. Just like I owe Cody some.
I don't want any.
You will get coffee.
Is the best coffee. Black Rifle coffee.
Yeah, okay. Montana's not going for Biden.
Black Rifle coffee. Is it roasted? Frankly, until you place your order, making sure it's the freshest coffee. Many people don't know it's a bead.
I've actually talked to people from Montana that are in Montana, and they're like, nah, voted Trump.
Crowder to receive 20% off your first order of Black Rifle coffee.
I mean, three votes. I don't think that's going to matter too much, but
I mean, 3 votes or 3 votes.
So
hey, every vote counts.
So anyone not realizing how amazing Black Rifle coffee is, how much they've done, you've got to go to Black Rifle.
Even the ones when they're not the right kind of vote, we just change them. I mean, what?
Look, we know.
I mean, look at this. So he's at 98 according to AP. So add in 29 from Florida. That's 127. 16 from Georgia. That's 143. Texas is 38. 6 from Utah, because I'm fairly certain Utah. North Carolina is 15. Pennsylvania's 20. Ohio is 18. That's 240. Wisconsin is 10. That's 250. 4 for Maine.
and you'll be able to
Let's say
Michigan.
Michigan goes. That's 16.
Going to service members. Black Rifle Coffee.
And right there, he's got it.
And 20%
That's
off.
just
So,
on the
I don't know
ones
if
that are
you're seeing anything
contested
particularly
right
exciting.
now.
One of the things I was going to say is, from a technological standpoint, MSNBC Live has
That are showing red right now.
touchscreen television. It's grainy.
Yeah.
It looks like what you would see in airplane.
What do you think of that?
Control center.
All
It's
he's got to do
blind, it's
is
terrible. I don't know if
finish
we've got some
those
other
states
screens
up
that
and
we
win
can
them.
pull up. I
Arizona-
almost want to go back.
They're
They're pretty
little
bad.
bit.
The Old Man King and Wolf
Yeah.
Blitzer and their.
The race is first to 270, right?
CNN looks at least
I'm
a
just
little
not
bit
liking
better
it.
than
I mean, you
we're
could
seeing some
potentially
pretty
tie,
interesting things. I
and then
think
it
they
becomes
can
down to the
honestly
house,
a little
but
bit.
it's highly
Now,
unlikely.
I'm gonna give up the seat. You know what? Let's give it to them.
Give it back.
Yeah.
Did we hit the sponsor there for Black Rifle?
We did,
He
sir.
hit him really
Oh, so
hard.
well.
I apologize, guys. This is one of those nose things.
Does it work?
Disgusting.
Yeah, it works really well.
It's kind of one of those allergy things.
No, just so people know, just so you know, I am very sick. Don't have the COVID though. An actual sickness. Not
I am
COVID
very
is real.
sick.
I would
Don't have the
rather
COVID,
be
though.
asymptomatic.
That's what he said.
I would rather be asymptomatic. And I don't know about you guys, but I would take lung stuff. I would take basically the worst for me is throat stuff and the runs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Having to run to the
okay.
I
bathroom
don't
every
mind
5
throwing
minutes.
up so
I don't know
much.
about
I
that.
don't mind
Yeah, it's not too bad.
congestion, but the burning throat and the runs. Hey, by the way, you know what? We don't need to overcorrect. I was panicking. Apparently, we're doing well. People are enjoying the show.
Yeah, okay,
the
good.
stream is. Did you already get the?
The
Black
numbers are
Rifle
pretty decent, yeah, but just make sure. I mean, tell people your favorite coffee from Black Rifle and give us that promo.
My
code
favorite
one more
coffee
time.
from Black Rifle is just black.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. I'll toss this on the couch. Just don't lose it because I need.
What's
it so
your
I can
favorite
breathe.
coffee?
My favorite is the vintage roast. By the way, the vintage roast from Black Rifle Coffee. This is the one that's not a black bag, but it is.
Oranges.
They were out a little bit with COVID because it's pretty tough to source these beans. Fantastic. Medium
Cody
roast,
died.
Works for espresso.
I did
Yeah.
not.
Works
He
well.
100% died.
It's okay. Yeah.
Works well for espresso and works well. Don't tune out. Don't tune out. I'm just sick. And it works really well for drip coffee. So I do recommend that. And I like their silencer smooth a whole lot.
Yeah.
Listen, we have limited ads on this show. And a big reason is because of people who join up and support Mug Club. And another reason is just because I'm not going to run ads for something that I don't use or don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love coffee, and for you to pick them, that's
No,
awesome.
Remember when Keith came up to me?
94% in, but we're still not going to
Remember
call
your
it.
hair? I said, "Eh?
They should have come to me.
What?
Look,
What's the gap?
We
I'm the one that needs
voted.
it.
I'm talking Florida. Florida, 94% of votes reported.
Right.
Yep, but which direction what's the percentage in votes in right now?
It's true.
Not like the percentage.
51.2 to 47.8.
Hey,
Yeah, okay, there's no fucking way he's gonna get any higher.
2.7 to 1 for Donald
Well,
Trump.
they
For Trump.
changed?
Yeah, they changed.
Oh boy.
Someone who
What are they
wants to
waiting
Georgia.
for? There's no,
work
even
for
all the
LA,
votes go
who
for him.
also
It's
works
not
for
enough.
World Poker Series.
Georgia,
Said that it
55.4%
quite a bit.
for
Is there anything,
Trump,
by the way, before we go,
43
Trump has
0.4
Pennsylvania.
for
That's big. 'cause he was
Georgia.
down like 2 to
Overtaken.
1.
do we
for
see
now,
what this
for
is?
now.
What do we
It's
see now in
overtaken.
Pennsylvania? And where
It
should
was
I be
just on the
looking here on my
bottom.
own screen, Reg? Where should I be looking to see any of these live results?
Yeah, you know, I've been looking at the New York Times, and if you want to see district by district, you can go to Politico, state by state. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Yeah.
Is there a specific thing that I should be typing in?
Oh, just Michigan.
New York Times election?
Yeah.
yeah.
Just the state and the New York Times, and it should pop up.
It's about the only thing
Okay.
anybody's
Donald,
talking about. so,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anywhere.
Donald Trump is also up in Michigan. It's only
Yeah.
35% of the vote.
That
but
doesn't mean
he's-
it depends
big.
on which county.
True.
yeah.
Also, this is what I would like
Wayne
to see.
County's in for a pretty big number
Oh,
already.
Wayne County's
Not
already in?
all of it. No, not all.
Wait,
of it, but a big
hold on a
county.
second. If
Whoa,
a
whoa,
good
whoa,
amount
whoa.
of Wayne County is
I
in
think
and
it was
Trump is
somewhere
ahead,
around 30-something%, 40-something.
oh my God, that's a disaster.
But check me on that because I saw it
That's a
at the
disaster.
bottom.
Oh,
Whoa,
folks,
if 30, it's if I need to check this. How much is in for Wayne County?
Oh my God, that's a really big. And now I'll do my game.
Political.
Oh, look. If you look at Wayne County, you look at the way they gerrymander, it looks like a big penis. Oh.
Because if 30 or 40% is in
Actually be funny. If they gerrymandered it
for
to like a penis district, that'd be hilarious.
I think that's
Wayne
fair.
County,
That's Robert.
Michigan's going Trump.
It's pretty true.
His golf thing was pretty fun.
One of my
Come on.
favorite is Artie Lang and Gilbert Godfrey. They said when Robert Williams killed himself.
So let's look. Because Wayne County is the one that like screws everyone. 42% in, and it's still Trump.
So you know what? I'm not gonna watch. Yeah, shut up. Come on.
I'm calling it Michigan
Do you think it's
for
dark?
Trump.
Do you know what a big gaping crap hole our country is facing right now.
Right,
So listen, there have been no new calls with states. So this is one thing a lot of you folks may know, that I love dogs. And I love dogs because they're kind of different from elections and that they're honest. Betty has been gone for a very long time. And you may have remembered, we received more backlash from this. You can bring up this B-roll, Quarter Black Garrett, where during Mug Club quarantine, one of our shows was nothing.
That was in the peak
but Betty
of toilet paper
eating toilet
pandemic.
paper, and that was the peak of toilet paper pandemic when there was a shortage.
Yeah.
So when I had Betty loves toilet. Betty is a sweet dog. You all know Joe Louis. You love Joe Louis, but Betty was the most insubordinate dog there was. And having a dog who wanted to eat toilet paper, like I had read books, and what do? She keeps eating toilet paper.
Shiawassee, 70% in.
She would reach. She would whip around
Guess
and
how
grab the toilet paper from my hand.
I'm sorry.
With toilet paper before I could finish. This was in COVID. It would be like, and I'm not saying that it's comparable, but I do think it's comparable to the plight of Jews who had a baby in an attic and started crying. And so then they had to, put a that was me with Betty. It was like, hey, we're all in this here.
No.
So we need to be aware of others' needs. And so really quickly, before we bring her in, this is going to be another segment. We're going to bring her back to
Shiawassee County, though.
Show Betty the Terror.
Can you guess what it is?
Trump.
John? Oh, yeah, it's Trump.
As you can see here, we have
I like saying the wrong
70% Trump, with 26% Biden.
Gone now for 3 months. I have not seen her in 3 months. I saw her for a couple seconds earlier today. And we are going to test 2,820
for Trump, 1,062 is for Biden. You're what, Saginaw County, John?
Yep.
25,000 for Trump, 65%, 12,000 not.
Send her in, everybody get ready.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
Oh.
Crazy. I can't believe it's the same dog. Wow.
I'm gonna go get more drink. I'll be right back.
Did you give her Benadryl or something? Like,
Sorry, I was just trying to tell you to give her the speaker there, audio Wade, because she could. Carolyn, you are a dog trainer.
Yes.
You're a brilliant dog trainer.
Thank you.
From what I understand. I was very scared when I brought Betty to you, and you said that you thought I can walk over to her, right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
walk around.
All right. So we have Betty right now. Can I say hi to Betty as she comes back? Hey,
Go
Betty.
say hi.
Hey, I haven't seen you in. Oh, you're gonna bite my nose? Okay. Hello, Betty. I want to see if you get excited, but she's still not going for the toilet paper. I don't know if everyone
That's
can see this.
That's
but
amazing.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Wow, we can see it.
Hello, Betty.
Hey, this is not the same dog.
I don't want to do any direction.
This is crazy.
Well, she
That's
ate toilet
insane.
paper for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was 30 minutes. And you saw that, and you said,
I
as
did.
entertaining as it was,
Yeah.
it was a very irresponsible dog ownership.
I would rather not continue to see that after her extensive training.
On a scale from here, we can kneel down here. Sit, Betty. On a scale from 1 to 10, how difficult would you rate Betty when she came to you?
Probably a 7 or an 8.
Probably
for
a 7 or
like
an 8.
A solid 7 or an 8.
What would a 10 be?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Sit.
a Malamute or a Great Pyrenees, like dogs that just have no desire, oftentimes, to work for the human.
Okay.
Other than what they're bred to do, so livestock guarding, pulling, that kind of thing.
And how long did it take you to train? Because no one here believes this.
No.
For her to know this.
This is crazy.
And you can keep the CNN there in the lower third, so people know it's still an election. Quarter Black Garrett.
Still a president being elected.
How long did it take you to get her to this point where she's not even, she's kind of sniffing it, but she's not that interested?
It probably took a couple, 3 weeks of consistent work on obedience and to develop a relationship with her and all of that before we started the big ticket items that were a bigger draw for her previously. But I'd say by the end of the first, 4 to 6 weeks she was with me, we'd done enough.
And she just farted. You smell that, correct?
It could, yeah.
Betty, sit.
Don't blame your
Good.
dog.
Thank you. Good girl for sit. What? She keeps trying to shake. You taught her how to shake.
We've been
Shake.
working on waving.
Wave.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Can you say hi, Betty? Say no.
Oh, she only knows that now. Now you're connected to her. You're not going to listen to me. What advice would you give to people at home who have a terror like Betty, who their choice was either someone like you or the trash on Tuesday?
Oh, jeez.
Is finding a professional to work with that'll help give you guidance on how to give corrections, consequences,
Right.
create inhibitions. But then a lot of it's structure, learning how to live with the dog and meet its needs on a regular basis. But a lot of it with her was not letting her run the show.
Okay.
And not letting her.
She was used to running the show.
Yeah.
You silly little bitch. You were used to running the show. I know she's so adorable, but everyone will always say she's the sweetest dog, and I'm like, you don't live with her, and I love her. But okay, can you show us some things that maybe are new with Betty? Obviously, she's not touching the toilet paper. I'm gonna go back to sitting down. But what kind of obedience can we expect from Betty as you return her now to our homestead?
So she can stay in position much longer.
Okay.
She works for food now, so we were working on different tricks. So working on wave, working on spinning in different directions, sitting pretty, those kind of things.
Okay.
She has been up since 4 this morning, and we flew in from Kentucky, so she may
she's
be a little too tired for the tricks, but.
Yeah.
Hey, what happens if you like throw the toilet paper in front of her?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, I am back.
What?
You guys there?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Cody, when we took off that water filtration system that was down there and hooked up, that was cracked.
This here is a witch.
Yeah.
John, tell him how brown that was.
Carolyn, do you know if you weigh more than a duck?
Pretty brown. The whole thing
So
was
much
fucked
rust.
up, dude. It was bad. But it should be all fixed now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the app thing doesn't work for shit, though. It keeps saying it's still in transition, even though it's done with its stuff.
Sir, it's not done, though.
It's like, I'm still in transition, and I'm like, eat a dick. I know you're not. I know you're softening the water now. We set you up good.
Anyone who will listen, you'll have a fully operational compound.
Hopefully within the next 2 to 3 months.
Right, where
max,
people can send their dogs, board them with you, and you can do with their dogs what you do with Betty.
And then we teach them, like I'm working with you and your wife on how to keep up with her training,
Right.
and how to continue.
And
it
Joe
from there.
Lewis.
Yep, exactly.
And you also have your dog is going to be attacked.
Okay.
What you playing?
So I know Betty's tired. Do you want to bring in Ice? So Ice is actually the Belgian Malinois who trains under Carolyn, who is going to be ravaging even Brendan later on when the state of Wisconsin is called. So you have to stay. Oh, look at Ice has got a mug.
I don't think they're going to call Wisconsin anytime soon.
Wow.
Hello, Ice.
Wow.
Hello. Oh my gosh. So, and why is she called Ice?
Well, I shortened her name.
Yeah.
She was originally named Isis.
Wow.
before I know, right?
And you know the
Hello, viewers. Welcome to the stream.
Well, that may have played a factor in
You watching, Cody?
sticking with an Egyptian.
No.
Named after a god.
I see. I watch your stream, but you too good to watch my stream.
I never said that.
Look at this. So she goes up, she goes down.
But now that you're saying it, maybe.
I've never seen anything like this. When we brought Joe Lewis in, because Joe Lewis is, well, he's been fine with most dogs, but he's not great with strange male dogs. I walked in and Carolyn said, "Just drop the leash." And I said, "I don't want to." And she said, "These dogs are worth tens of thousands of dollars that I've trained. I'm not going to let anything happen to them." And she was like, "Ice, here, Duke." And they were just, it was like Willard with the rats. They just went wherever she told. Look at this. Look at this.
That's incredible.
And Betty's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, got her. I like it because it's two things I like: dogs and violence, but not violence against dogs.
Right. Of course.
And how did you? Well, we're gonna ask you a little bit later on how you trained Ice before Ice attacks. She attacks Brendan. But I'm hoping that they call Wisconsin early so we can watch him get hurt.
Yeah,
How shocked do you think Brendan will be since he's never done this before?
I think he's definitely in for you.
I have people that I've never seen in my chat room, in my stream. And I will take them because I don't know, and I welcome.
So I can't imagine that an attack.
I'm still, like I said, I feel like they're taking too long to call this. Like, we can already see who's basically won.
He said it's the last time he watches any
Ron Paul?
holiday film.
John was the write-in ballot in all the states, and he has won.
Well, first order of important business, how we're going to heat heaven.
Am I your vice president?
Yep. And Ken is going to be the secretary of the drapes.
Of the drapes?
Hey,
Is that a new
John,
office?
John, do I get to say it? Do I get to say it? When we heat heaven? Here, have another sacrifice.
Oh, no. It's not. It's plenty warm. We no need for sacrifice.
Have another sacrifice. It's like I just keep like piling them in.
That's the hashtag as well. You get $30 off at Mug Club.
Alright, I think I got my PayPal up and running. I don't understand why it's not sending me.
Because you need to give me more sacrifice.
Where do you go? Well, then we come back. Number one, let's just assume for the sake of argument, Joe Biden gets the congressional district here. Hard to see if there is a true election day surge. The president went out here and did a rally, but the Democrats are pretty confident they're going to pick up the one in the second.
Whatever, I guess it won't let me confirm this email.
Get the one.
Whatever.
And you're at 293 to 245. So then we come down to where we
What?
ended 4 years ago. Pennsylvania.
I will be owing Ken $114.
Two gets you to the finish.
He owes me 20 a sacrifice.
If you win Maine's second congressional district,
So again,
That's like, dude, 20 sacrifices for $114, bro.
and Michigan or
That's a little
Oh
steep,
shit!
bro.
CNN has called. If I'm looking at this right, CNN's basically calling
considering how
Ohio.
it's been in some areas of Virginia, I don't know.
So some other interesting
For
For
who?
Trump, right?
For Trump.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm still looking at this. I see 131 for Biden and 108 for Trump. Dude, Trump's coming up.
Trump's got this. Like I said, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. If he gets Ohio and Michigan and Wisconsin and Maine, he's got it.
Bro, go on to Donald Trump's
That's-
Instagram, dude. His son did an excellent video for him.
I don't do Instagram, really.
To be fair, they could have been burned in a fire. Yeah. Well, they could have been burned in a Walgreens.
I do sacrifice though. Can you give me another sacrifice?
Our votes matter, but you burn them. Shit, I thought I burned the votes.
I'm so glad I voted.
Shit.
That's Illinois, a suburb, but I understand the racist sentiment.
My votes count, sir.
The Decatur votes.
Are you still watching Crowder stream? Please say you are.
We hurt only ourselves.
No.
Dude.
This behavior.
It's hilarious.
You should see my little one act about Watergate.
Now, we've got an interesting take here from Nate Cohen at the New York Times. This is just in a tweet, but he says, it's an ominous sign for Biden in Pennsylvania. Trump is running ahead of his 2016 performance in Trumbull County, Warren near Youngstown and on the West Pennsylvania border, with nearly all of the vote counted. So it seems like that based on the breakdown of how the state went last time, it's looking increasingly good for Trump, even though it's still
I think that Pennsylvania is the most likely scenario for Trump to win. I think more so than Michigan or Wisconsin or Minnesota. But I also think the rampant voter fraud, that's why I couldn't call Pennsylvania for Trump. And I bet you if Donald Trump wins Pennsylvania, based on what we're hearing from that AG, they will not relent control. If you want to talk about someone refusing to accept results of the election, talk about, sorry, it's these hiccups, these lozenges. I'm very sick, people. It is Pennsylvania. It's Pennsylvania.
Yes. And in Pennsylvania,
it's a sick thing to do.
I have to agree with Crowder though about the. But that'll be the same for Michigan. They're gonna say rampant voter fraud, or they're gonna challenge it, and that's why Michigan's not gonna get called.
Yeah.
It knows that you're doing a stream. It knows a lot of stuff. But we saw a lot of weird stuff going on in Pennsylvania today.
Was that confirmed, by the way, that there was a letter?
You guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Of course. Unfortunately.
Come on, you can go fuck yourself.
Still love you, Cody. Oh, by the way, John, you're gonna love this. So, you know that left arm that we couldn't figure out where the fuck and it never dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where it drops.
And then I also saw
Where?
some poll watchers who
Pumpkin Mon, and guess where he spawns?
Where?
You also
Silent Forest.
voting machines, go down. That happens. But just a lot of stuff that made me weird.
One thing.
So it's not in the box that we thought it was. It literally drops off Pumpkin Mon.
Pencil through your heart.
Well, that's hard to hit.
Boom.
I watched Midnight Run the other day. I was in Dennis Farina.
So interesting.
How'd you find that out?
I actually read the quest text.
If you come back and your phone's not off.
We still don't have Florida call, despite the meter being pegged all the way down on New York Times.
It's buried.
I mean, literally burying the needle
They're like,
there.
not calling it.
Yeah.
Who was it called
95%.
Florida?
Not yet.
Where's the needle thing? I'm trying to see.
Decision desk.
Yes, that is who called it early on.
Is that
and-
Fox News Decision HQ?
No, they are actually their first big election was 2000.
Oh, here's the needles. I found the needles.
They're now playing a pretty central role, and they seem pretty reliable, in my opinion.
Looks like New York Times has basically called it too.
They basically so if you look at the map,
The New York Times has called it with.
Oh, this is such bullshit.
No, not only that, but North Carolina. So when you scroll down to the battleground states to watch,
I don't.
They have pegged Florida and North Carolina both at 90.
I'm gonna continue without subscribing. I don't want to subscribe to you.
They're still not.
I don't care. Fucking New York.
The actual meter.
Where are you looking at these?
No, no thanks. Back to reading. I'm not putting my phone number, especially for people to see. I just want to see Florida needle. Very likely Trump.
I have no idea. Can someone show me the meters here?
Go show him. Go give
Someone show me the meters here. I'm on the New York Times election.
Georgia,
Where do I go to see
leaning Trump.
This is what they're trying to avoid.
This is Steven Crowder getting tech support.
This
from an Asian person. This is all the stereotypes.
This is Steven Crowder getting tech support from an Asian.
To everybody.
Does it?
Yeah.
State results. Is this it? Maybe. I don't know. Someone else has it. Okay.
A drunk person.
What? Oh, Don Jr. is trying to call us in. So everybody, let's have Donald.
Oh, Donald Jr.
Let them know on the Twitter. I don't really.
Are you sure you don't want to be watching this, Cody?
Let me know when we have him here. I think
I'm doing stuff right now.
So.
But Don Jr.'s on.
Number Donald Trump Jr. So everyone, you should be looking forward to this. Donald Trump Jr. Not senior. Though senior might be.
Shush.
But you know what? I like Don
Why
Jr.
you gotta be doing that yawning crap?
Fantastic fellow. And you know what? He doesn't have a tough act to follow because he doesn't do crack and bang his dead brothers.
And the lottery and comparisons there.
You would really think so.
It's easy.
Doesn't do
like,
crack.
It's like going up after like Paula Poundstone.
I'll take.
If she's your intro act and you show up, it doesn't really even matter if at that point you're nothing more than a Dane Cook. Because Paula Poundstone is so bad.
We're still trying to get back with Don Jr.
Oh.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of excitement.
Can you?
Megan Kelly now.
Oh,
Megan
Kelly.
Kelly now.
She's calling in early. Can you do me a favor? Can someone do me a favor? That's Brodigan, by the way, everybody, and he's coming in and he's
3 sheets
drunk
to
and
the
he's
wind.
able to handle this little.
Yeah.
Is let us know, is Don Jr. trying to FaceTime in or if Don Jr. is trying to Skype? That'll determine what we have. And Megan Kelly, I assume, is going to Skype in right now. So let me know when we have Megan Kelly. And you guys let me know if there's anything new going on with states. Of course, we're keeping you abreast.
New Hampshire, they're just calling that.
New Hampshire, they're calling for Joe Biden. Well, that doesn't really surprise
Utah for Trump.
Utah for Trump.
The Mormons are.
Utah for Trump.
Woo! Aren't you supposed to have lower thirds there for Trump and all this stuff there, Quarter Black Garrett?
I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Some stuff.
Well, that's pretty obvious. 54.
Voting early and often. We love you.
Louisiana, Kansas for President
I
Trump.
do have Utah.
Kansas for President Trump.
Yeah.
Utah for President Trump. All right, let's see Utah for President Trump. Oh, there we go. I think it's time for some electoral healing, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I'm ready.
Johnny Utah, the best movie I ever saw. Shot his gun, went Point Break.
He does like Point Break.
The best movie he's ever
It's
seen.
the best movie he's ever seen.
Wow. It's a great cultural
It was a
reference.
toss-up between that and Godfather 3.
That's
You picked the right one.
But don't you have a little thing on the bottom of the screen also when we call states? Am I not mistaken?
Got it all.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to the stream.
Maybe once. Am I mistaken?
Trump won. It's him dancing.
Big time. Look at that.
Boom.
235,000 votes ahead.
Drinking and
There we go. Well,
That's big.
come on, guys. Come on.
trying to see how things are going. Ah!
Screaming Eagles. More screaming Eagles.
You're going to bed?
Second time.
Eagle.
It is.
And if this, I tell you what, if this night
I
gets
got a
better,
kiss
I'm
on
going
stream.
to have a cigar and pour some of the Wildfowl 102 into my beer.
Good.
So, what is the recommended alcohol drink of the stream, John?
That's the part we need to see now.
What do you recommend?
No, it's fine.
Huh, yeah, I know.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
That's because you're loyal.
Yeah, you know what?
It's
I'm talking Nicole.
Bartender.
BRB.
Cody, what alcoholic drink do you recommend?
Quite a bit. What I expected.
Jack and
10
Coke.
point lead for Biden in
Well, I'm drinking Jack and Pepsi, but
they were saying 70, 75%. I'm willing to bet that it's those counties.
I'm nervous
You
about
better
Arizona
respect
needs
my
20,000 votes
authority.
is a lot in Arizona to overcome. So he's going to really have to take most of what's outstanding.
Yeah, Minnesota is pretty bad right now. Minnesota, Iowa. See, but here's a good example. Iowa, 25%. It's you can't go too close.
No,
you have to be you have to be past that 90-something% threshold, and it has to be a pretty even spread across the board.
But unless it's Florida, then even past 95%, you don't call it because you just can't give up.
But again, we're looking at the kind of quality.
Unless it's Florida.
Hair type race. What are the quality of votes that came in early? The type of votes that we're counting. The type of precincts that are reporting. Are you getting these rural votes versus the urban votes? You're tending to have the better technology, the more staffing, the more votes coming in from the urban areas, and they're trickling in the rural areas. So it's no surprise that you're seeing a qualitative difference in the type of votes that are coming in, which impact the ultimate.
Because you know what the lesson was from Tortoise and the Hare?
Neither are good in soup.
Run fast.
Shark fin.
No glasses.
You don't remember?
I don't.
You don't remember Tortoise and the Hare? What the lesson was? No one remembers?
Slow and steady wins the race.
It's actually don't take a nap. That's the real lesson. If you're in the middle of a heated race, don't take a nap. Can you imagine LeBron in Game 5? Like, I gotta shut my eyes for some shit. No.
That's what.
He got overconfident.
He got overconfident.
Yeah.
The moral, and then there's the lady who lived in a shoe, and she was just a filthy whore. How do you have so many kids that you don't know what to do?
Yeah, where's the baby daddy?
Here's a hint. Use a rubber shoe, lady. There's a jumping off point.
You're finding all these like subtle, not so subtle lessons.
There's no fiber.
Buried in there.
There's no fiber optic. There's no internet.
Oh, good.
I will say I did get a text message from one of my partners who said I'm looking very full Asian today, and
really,
he said that I'm a sad partner, a bad co-host for you today. He said Gerald's doing better than me.
You look more tan. Like you get confused. Like I could say like Laotian, Cambodian. You don't look full. You don't look just Chinese.
Laotian?
Thank you. I think it's actually because my face is more moon-like right now.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to the stream. I got random people showing up. It's like the most people I've seen in a long time. And I'm just chatting, but chatting to chat, just chat, and drinking.
No, I gave one of the co-employees who was a Vietnam vet. Some other guy had brought in an AK, and I stood up holding it, and the guy goes, "Oh."
That's exactly what you should have done. You should have wanted him and jump over the counter.
Yeah, I just started yelling at the top of my lungs.
Did you?
And then I stripped off all my clothes just to reenact that, napalm photo.
Good for you.
I was really trying to just make him feel at home.
None of that yawning, Cody.
That was John.
I'll kill all of you.
I said that was John.
What drink do you recommend?
Blue Hawaiians.
Blue Hawaiians. Isn't that a sweet drink?
I know.
Megan Kelly. I really feel like that would give you like a major like hangover the next day.
You know what? Here's the deal. Take it as a compliment. If you're
Is that how much you drink? It's not nearly as bad as drinking like 5 o'clock vodka or something.
Well, you can't do that cheap stuff anymore, man. Getting old.
John, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I mean, I'm saying you could do it. I'm just not saying you should. I mean,
Cody
you could jump
do
off.
it. I couldn't.
You
do
could. Yeah, you're old, bro.
You're old. You're same age as me, bruh.
Technically older, but for some reason I seem to be better off than you.
You are older than me.
Yeah, I'm better.
I'm doing good.
This is also the first time I've drank in like 3 months, 6 months.
Oh, I hear
something.
excuses now.
Oh,
I'm a lightweight and I'm a little bitch. What?
Well, fuck you. At least I don't smoke, Cody.
Oh, he does got you there.
Well, how many years did you smoke?
I will say this. Hold on though. I will say this. Ken did say he was going to make a commitment to quitting, and has he stuck to that commitment?
He did.
I mean, what happened with you, sir?
I believe Cody said, "I'll quit the same time you quit."
And I actually quit a month before you.
By himself, and he's like, "Well, I'm smoking now."
Dude, I got so fucking bored, dude. I didn't know what to fucking do with myself.
I was a little worried about Ken today underneath the crawl space. He was breathing pretty heavy. I was like, bro, you alright?
Oh god, dude.
My knees were fucking hurting, dude. That crawl space, like,
bro,
is
maybe you
half
shouldn't
our
be
size.
sucking so many dicks when we're not over.
He did not have his knee pads on, sir.
I did not.
he
Dude,
he
that
must have
crawl
left him in his
space,
sugar
ugh.
daddy's car.
It's like 4 foot, 5 foot. It's like Cody's height when he's not lying.
That's also really dated. Like that'd be like the same. Like that guy probably has a. That guy probably.
And like having to crouch.
Oh, John,
under
I gotta.
there.
Did I tell you the TikTok I seen? This guy was like hitching up a trailer, and his wife pulled up a little too far, and he's like, "Will you back up about 6 inches?" And she barely moves, and he's like, "Man, I gotta quit lying to her about what 6 inches is."
Oh God.
And then for some reason they find it distasteful. And you know what? Listen, I'm just trying to bring this all.
Dude, kind of about fucking lost it, dude.
Megan Kelly.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Well, shit. Today, watching freaking old lady freaking back up while I'm waiting in line to vote. Freaking, she backs up. She's like backing up slowly, and it looks like she's looking through her mirrors. And I'm like, okay, she sees this truck. She's not gonna hit it, and she just slowly, and she taps it, and then she continues to push it. And I'm like, really? And then
She's
she
like,
stops.
"Scusi, get the fuck out of my way."
So, like, she stops and goes forward.
She's like,
and
"Didn't I
in my
tell you to
head
move?"
with- So you know how I got hit by Amber when I was 16, John?
Yeah.
And I was standing on the ledge of my house, and she hit me. And she panicked and then hit the gas and hit me again.
Problems.
So no joke, this lady went forward and then put it in reverse and then hit the gas and did that. No
God
joke.
Damn. She's like, "Scusi, boom, boom. I gotta get out of here."
And that truck went smack. And the owner of the truck is also in line and says, "That's my truck."
Let me ask you this: did it?
And I'm like, damn.
You're just like, fuck. Do you want to get online and go see what's going on?
I mean, I'm not gonna hold your place, but I mean, you can get online if you really want to.
Oh, she walked over there. She guided the lady, and then the lady like took off afterwards. I'm like, I'm fairly certain I know who that lady voted for then.
And I was the first, so it was unusual, and I was kind of alone. So it wasn't like
she went in to go vote for Obama, and she's like, "What year is it?"
And so on. I think now it's very different. And listen, it wasn't pleasant. I wasn't like, "Yay, Trump" during the time.
Right.
But
I'm gonna get my Tacitard game in, bro.
I'm gonna be getting on Heroes after a smoke.
I'm gonna do Tacitard, bro.
Bro, I watched. I was watching
What
my
happened to
show.
your 2020
and
resolution of no smoking, Cody?
what happened to you? Quit sucking dick.
I have never
She's got
sucked
you there.
I've never sucked dick, sir.
What? What, Ken?
So I ain't never sucked dick.
Here's my favorite moment of the 2016
Shit.
days. She was like, you know.
Yeah, he found out he was not good at it.
My name's not SirSoxstheFox, who sucks dick every night.
Horizontal striped shirts.
Right. So either like.
Yeah, your name is MST. Must suck tips.
I
Tips
suck
of
on
the
all
dude.
titties. All the titties.
Tip. Stands for tip.
Like she just transported from the Valentine's Day massacre. They'll never catch
You're
me.
like, look.
He
Oh,
totally.
you're streaming.
All I'm seeing is, what is his name? Kayakin? I can't even pronounce his name. How do you say his name, John?
Cocuine.
Cocuine. That's all I'm seeing is him going look to the cherry.
Is it a coincidence that his name sounds like cock? I rest my case.
Walking down the stairs, there were like 9 people there, and there was like a smattering of flies. I was like, you know what? I misjudged his basement strategy. He should go back. He was onto something. Just stay down there till November 3rd. You're good. It was a good call.
So people in Howell 1 told me that they didn't vote.
Why?
I don't know. You know what I told them?
North Carolina with Florida with the early voting.
What's that?
Arizona may be an outlier.
I said Trump 2020, and they looked at me. They're like, They started to say something. I said, you came in, bitch, because you didn't vote.
Oh!
It is fair. That is a fair statement.
I said, I can say Trump 2020 now, saying that you guys didn't cast your vote, so you guys shouldn't care if who wins, right? And they're like,
they're like, but...
They're like, that's not how that works. I get to bitch and complain about my president no matter who wins.
That is 100% how it works. You don't vote, you don't get a fucking say.
No, I will say this. I disagree.
Yep, I voted, bro. If you didn't get that sticker, your opinion means dog shit to me.
I mean, I'm not gonna freaking bitch if you go and you vote and you decide I don't like either candidate, I vote third party. You voted at least. You get a say of I fucking hated both candidates. Fuck them. I wrote in myself or whatever. You know what I mean?
Bro, I voted Cody, President 2020.
Georgia, and of course Florida and Iowa. Guess what?
Like, I can still respect that. But if you can't get off your fucking lazy ass and leave the house, like, I was fucking dragging ass this morning.
Lazy ass was called? Lazy ass was called 2020?
I mean, you could be named Austin.
I mean, you could be named Austin and be like, bro, I'm about to fucking choke slam Austin to a table.
Austin is the key word.
Dude. Bro, I'd rather have Biden as president than Austin as an employee.
Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, right? Ohio.
Inside joke.
Michigan, Pennsylvania, period. He wins.
I agree with that.
But Biden, okay, give him Minnesota.
Bro, I gotta go on your stream.
Wisconsin, it's not enough. Give him Michigan.
This is why.
Is West in there?
No, West ain't in here. But this is why I go by Rane. You go by SirSoxstheFox and Jatex, because we get in trouble when we start saying names.
Joe Biden's the one who really needs the inside straight, because he needs to carry all of them unless he steals another state. And even if he steals Arizona, he's still going to have to pull 3 of those states. I haven't crunched those numbers. So, no, I think the sentiment is right.
Have Thursday off.
Good.
What does it mean? I don't know either.
I don't understand, like, why I have Thursday off and then I work a half day. Like, shouldn't I have a half day tomorrow?
What is it there?
Not all people are smart.
You have the least amount of.
Well, I think. Oh, you wanna know why it's like that? Because they mandatory all managers to work Friday.
You want to know something funny? My manager's leaving on the launch of iPhones to go to Florida for his vacation days, even though he's supposed to be there. Because managers are mandated to be there.
So I always wanted to do this. I knew this meant winning the game, and I knew that if ever someone was doing
and he's like, well, you're good. The other guy's good. The other person, meh. You guys should be good.
To your earlier point, now it makes more sense. I understand. It's different.
That's what was said to me. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong, but...
playing up and down the middle. Low spade in the hole splits the pot.
Well, I'm sorry. I think
let's go back to the map real quick and see. Florida is 97% reporting. They still have yet to call it.
He's been polling better than the pollsters have been put.
They won't call that until
I do believe in the shy Trump vote, and really the only meaningful question going into tonight was how strong would it be? We're seeing some other interesting stories emerge, right? Like Trump's support with Hispanics, with minority groups who we're told are supposed to hate him. As it turns out, maybe not. And he's sort of recreating the look of the Republican Party in a really interesting way. And already you're seeing some of these Democrats online melt down about how, well, Cubans aren't really Hispanic. They're white.
You know that guy we've been playing heroes with, John? I just want to be like, so we're teaming up?
Right?
Dude, I was on TikTok. I'm just scrolling, right? And I like scrolled past something, but I heard, then fuck you. And I was like, hold up, I gotta go back.
And they don't like just being lumped in. Not only that, Mexican immigrants don't like being lumped in with
you already know what I saw.
That's also something people need to understand. Cuban Americans, very different from Venezuelan Americans, very different from Argentinian Americans, very different from...
Thank you for the follow, Special K. And if you like the content, please remember to subscribe. It helps tremendously.
As opposed to Cuba, because in Cuba you were arrested, you were effectively Clintoned, right? You were ghosted. If you spoke out against
look at me go.
That's not really the case in Mexico. They just have a crappy economy. It's
I
not the
better
same as
hop in
being
the
persecuted
stream.
by the government, and so they come here.
You
for
should
more
always
I
hop in the
economic
stream.
opportunity, but not necessarily to
Better do my
contrast
moderator
the
job,
kind
you
of
know.
culture of oppressive government.
Who else will
It's
drop
been like
Banhammer?
fluctuating between 2 to 5 to 6. Like it keeps going around, and I'm just like, well, we're talking BSing, and I'm looking at the stuff.
We're gonna start back in your 16th birthday.
All right, I'm in the stream.
Well, I just had an article with Bloomberg, and they pretty much did
Banhammers
that,
are coming.
So like, all right,
Who's ready for the Banhammer?
They actually asked me. I swear to you. I think it went up. What was the title? It was like.
/ban.
So Jimmy Kimmel, Trump shouldn't be allowed to win a state unless he can find it on the map. Yeah, nobody cares Jimmy Kimmel.
Like, this is a picture of Johnny Cash giving the finger, and they were asking me about from 7 years ago a company who were developed my website. In other words, they created a
John James may win U.S. Senate
with them. I'm like,
against Gary Peters.
asking me about. Do you realize Hunter
Dude, do you know how many
because I wanted to
like John or Gary Peters ads I've seen, and I'm like, I'm not voting for Gary Peters.
Well, I need to promote this rally in Michigan because I want to actually save seniors' lives. So I said yes. But then
Well, most people in California are Special K.
Over them, honestly, it's like the mainstream press is so dishonest. I just find it so disgusting. It's like
I mean, this is just me looking through Twitter while we're waiting.
because you know the way I left NBC, and it's like
Special K cereal?
Let's talk about these Halloween costumes. And are they really offensive? And when did that happen?
I just assumed.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Megyn Kelly. I'm like, I don't hear you introducing Jimmy Kimmel as the controversial Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. All these people have actually worn blackface so many times I can't count.
Right.
Like the press is so dishonest, Stephen. I really think that's part of what we're watching tonight.
Yeah.
Is did the press manage to take down Donald Trump? Did they do it because they were his #1 opponent? Unlike Joe Biden, they didn't stay in the basement. They were out shooting at him from hour 1 of his presidency.
Yeah.
Not to mention before. And did they manage to kill him? Because I'll tell you something, they managed to kill themselves during his first 4 years. They're dead. Journalism is over as we knew it. Legacy media is done. And the only way forward for the American public when it comes to trustworthy relationships with the press is here online.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also, so are legacy pollsters. They should be done.
Totally.
They should absolutely be done. Think about this. Before tonight, they were mocking, Trafalgar have Donald Trump ahead in Florida. Okay, Quinnipiac, you're fired forever. You had him up +8, dummies. All right, Megyn Kelly, we must go. It's the Megyn Kelly Show. I will be on there this week, and I will let people know to tune in. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. You look lovely. We must go.
Thank you. Good to see you. Bye, guys.
Good to see you. We are back with any updates that I missed while that was going on. And guys, just feel free to shout them out.
Not a whole lot yet. So we got a little bit of improvement in Michigan. The numbers continue to trend upward. I think I am going to lose my prediction on that. I'm going to predict that I lose.
You think Donald Trump's going to win Michigan?
My prediction, but I'm telling
Reg,
you.
is there Reg the Bandit? Is there any reason?
He's going to lose his prediction.
Yeah, he said Michigan was going to lose. He said Trump was going to lose Michigan. I know. It's my show, you little shit.
No, I'm saying Trump might win Michigan.
He's like the kid in Family Matters. Dad, you keep on treating me like I'm a little kid.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I'm moving out.
So this is what we're hearing in kind of the meltdown.
Got caught spray painting a principal's
The polls
car.
just opened in California, and Joe Biden won. Yeah.
It's right there, right? First day. No, we're hearing from a lot of folks. There's definitely meltdowns going on the.
I direct messaged that guy. He said he'll team up with us.
Like, what are the very few paths, and kind of narrowing it down to if Biden were to somehow come back, take Michigan, take Wisconsin, he can lose Pennsylvania, get I guess Nebraska 2, Maine 2, and Arizona, and hit 270 on the nose. That seems to be kind of the prevailing hope, if you will, for a path for Biden at this point, because things have been shaken up so much, starting with Florida.
Can you give me the update on Michigan there, Reg the Bandit? Because that's interesting.
Yeah, so Trump it's 54.5% for Trump and 43.7% for Biden. And, we're at about 39% reported, so that's still early, but Trump has quite a lead.
Oh, wow.
The only other information, New Hampshire.
Do we know how much of that is coming in from Wayne County? Because that's Detroit,
one,
Flint area, or which I don't know if Flint is Wayne or if it's Macomb, but people in Michigan, you can let me know. Depends on how much is coming. In other words, if this is coming in where there's a significant amount of the urban vote, and I would imagine that of all the states where you're going to get more urban vote for Donald Trump tonight, it'd be Michigan and Ohio, because you do have a lot of black Americans who work on those assembly lines, the auto manufacturing, who are in that Rust Belt. And, of course, you have a lot of black Americans there who frankly, just support Donald Trump. They have he had a 46% job approval rating.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. Do we have any idea as to which
counties?
counties?
Pull up the sort of spread there from Politico.
Okay.
And I will also say that the New Hampshire was called for Biden. That was another thing that happened, but that's not a surprise. So if you can see
there
there,
some possibility
and let me know, guys, if Don Jr. tries to call in or when. Let's make sure we have anyone else. We'll just shut him out for Don Jr. Sorry, Kumia and Landau.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, it looks like we're still lacking some results from Lansing there.
Well, Lansing is definitely left, but Lansing is not.
Why so spicy?
Is there any way to zoom in at all?
Hello, welcome Baylor for life.
If we can go to the map, if that is Detroit, so is most of the vote coming in from Detroit already? And Let's
see if we can.
That was terrible for a second, Cody.
I was looking at
Oh, I had to go.
And look,
them wings were back.
North, except for Leelanau County, which are on Traverse because it's a little San Francisco with.
Okay, let's take a look at the Twitters.
So Lansing isn't in. Is that typically red or is that?
No, Lansing is left.
How's your guys' hero game?
Yeah, it looks like that isn't in.
Yeah, that isn't in. But Lansing is more of a college.
Oh wait, John's playing quick match and you're preparing for Storm League.
Grand Rapids and by the way,
I'm waiting for John.
Get out directly from Lansing. Yeah. It goes back to red. So we did that. Remember when we were in Lansing?
Yeah.
Remember all the Trump signs you saw? So even in Lansing, it's still pretty mixed.
Sure.
Because Lansing isn't as big of a city as people think. Now, that's one thing too. People think of Trump voters as bumpkins, as country folk. No. Suburbs and mid-sized cities still get a lot. For example, in Ohio, you get areas like like Youngstown and Steubenville, places that still have old school Main Street. Kind of think of the city in Slapshot, right, with Paul Newman. Those places.
So how is everybody tonight?
The places that tend to be blue are big cities like New York and San Francisco, where people are entirely dependent on the government for everything. Think about it. If there's a natural disaster at all in New York or in California, you are 100% dependent on the government.
112-205.
And there are shortages all the time. So it's not just Farmer Brown.
You know, it's funny that they're calling those states for Biden already. Looking at it, 209 or 205, whatever you want to say, but they still haven't called Florida, which is guaranteed that's going Trump. They haven't called Georgia. This is just it's clear that Trump's going to win, but they're trying to make it look like he's not going to win.
And you look from Whitmer on down, you go, I feel like we should change something.
And looking at it, look who's got the popular vote right now.
Should we get rid of the great environment, or maybe we should change the
Is it me? I wish it was me.
And again, we get
You have the popular vote, Cody or John?
Yes.
Well, that's what they were all bitching about.
When the numbers are finally tallied.
Oh, we have Don Jr.
That's what they were bitching about last election. Is well, she won by popular vote.
Show this to people. Can they see here?
I'm looking at this year.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing fine.
It's
call in? Was this because? Do I need to fire someone?
It's pretty clear that it's
you to the crowd.
The complete opposite.
Yeah, you know what? They're saying they can get you through right there. Tokenawan, what should he call? Or are you going to call him?
Yeah, we'll
What? We'll
call him.
Finish your phrase for crying out loud. We're going to call you in 20 seconds from the studio, senor. All right, thank you, man.
Donald Trump Jr. will be on, though it's not technically my show. It'll be on Crowder show. But, yeah.
Just say we'll call him or he'll call us. No, you said will. What?
Hey, you mumbled.
Did they finally call Florida? They didn't call Florida yet.
That's what I was trying to
say. Hey, whoa. Breaking news. I think the Democrats already concede 2016.
Oh, good.
Hey,
that's fantastic.
There's no way. That's fantasy.
I swear, if we lose Donald Trump Jr., someone here is going to lose a thumb like you stole an apple in Saudi Arabia.
Boom.
Wow. No, they cut the whole hand. They get the whole
street rep.
So Pennsylvania.
I'm not like that. What?
Pennsylvania 56-40. What? 43.
Well, it's not even just that. It's the total number of votes because even if they count more later.
All right, there we go. Let me see him on the screen there. Quarter Black Garrett. Donald Trump Jr. And not that Donald Trump Jr. is not enough of Donald Trump, but some people might be mistaking. Obviously, I don't want them to think that Donald Trump Sr. is calling in. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, buddy. Yourself?
I am doing well. I tell you what, I should be employed as some kind of an oracle, because this is what I called going down based on the early voting that no one was paying attention to. Are you guys feeling good? You guys are really feeling like you're going to win this?
Listen, I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't ever count my chickens before they're hatched, but a lot of the trends that we're seeing look pretty good. So, we just want to keep it going. You see the Vegas odds makers, they flipped to 68% to us. That tends to be a pretty good sign. So, again, we're just here hanging out at the White House, with my father, the vice president, some of the family. It's just been pretty good.
Well, I would imagine that you're pretty fun to have a party with. Pence, not so much. Nice guy, but do you have to send him to bed early with a glass of milk?
No, he's honestly, he's just a great American. He's truly one of the nicest guys. It's sort of interesting with him. Anything that's ever happened to us in our lives that has been good or bad, he's there to congratulate you or just to make sure you're okay. He's the guy that picks up the phone himself and does it. It's not like this is the White House operator. It's you pick up the phone. It's like John, it's Mike Pence.
Well, I'm not saying that he's not a great American. I'm just saying that sooner or later I want a lampshade on someone's head if you're having a victory party.
Yeah, I imagine I'm probably a little bit rowdier.
Yeah, there it is.
I think we can fact check through that one.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. We'll give it half a Pinocchio. Let me ask you this. Were you surprised at all by Florida and what we're seeing now with North Carolina and Georgia? Or had you been, because a lot of people don't give you credit, Don Jr., for the ground game that you guys have had. Because Donald Trump is this sort of seen as sort of a celebrity candidate.
Pennsylvania, 56% for Donald Trump.
And I've got to imagine you were paying attention to that early voting, which I was, and no one in the media was talking about it.
Well, we're up 14% with Cubans down there, and we had 2.5 million trained volunteers. I mean, we did everything with ground game. In the last month, I did 107 rallies myself. So I did a bunch of those in Florida. I mean, I did one in Vero Beach last week for my last one in Florida.
Actually know someone who's from there. Vero Beach.
I saw the energy, I saw the intensity, but we spent the time. I mean, I did a bus tour with Jorge Masvidal, the great UFC fighter.
He was just on the show 20 minutes ago.
Oh, great. We're doing Fighters Against Socialism, and he has this incredible story. It was just a super cool guy. And when I was like, hey, you want to do a 4-stop bus stop, one grueling, 18-hour day? And he was like, I'm in. And his speech is really good. I don't know if he sort of gave you the stuff with it, but, whether it's the story of his family or really when he's like, listen, right now we got a Super Bowl winning coach. You don't replace the Super Bowl winning coach because you don't like the attitude, and you certainly don't replace him for someone who hasn't won a fucking game in 47 years. His words, not mine. I'm like, you know what? I understand. I mean, he's been great, and I think down in Florida you saw, they still haven't called it yet. Meaning, we won it by a margin about 3 times the size of what we did last time, but they haven't called it yet because I guess they're trying to milk the ratings.
Right.
I
think they have an emotion.
So apparently Antifa is attacking, assaulting people with cameras right now. Walk away or it gets worse.
Is there one state that you're most worried about and one you're most confident about? And I know you have to be careful because you don't want to discourage anyone.
I'm just superstitious, so it's not about, there's things that, I see some trends that are pretty good. I mean, I feel pretty good about North Carolina. I feel good about Georgia,
Sure.
Arizona, Michigan coming in. Some of the rural numbers I'm seeing in Pennsylvania look pretty good, but who knows what they're going to do when they start cheating in Philadelphia. So there's a lot still out there that I'm not sure of yet. But like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic, and you're starting to.
Oh goddamn cheating fucking bitch! I hate fucking stupid faggot Nova players. Let me just camp in a bush all fucking game.
And do you remember Donald Trump Jr.? There's still a lot of race left. When you guys win, who told you that he believed it all?
Still that bad?
It was you. Hey, Steve. How are we gonna do in
this? How much longer on your quick match before you're playing with Cody?
In 2016, I said there's no way he wins.
Well,
Michigan, and that's been
as soon as my team decides not to feed,
more so because Minnesota voted in Jesse Ventura, so
or they've decided to feed too much.
Yeah, exactly.
I will tell you this. I think you guys. Okay, if I had to bet, and I was saying this, without voter fraud, Pennsylvania would be the closest thing to a surefire thing in that belt.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah,
that's what I can't account for.
But you have an AG who literally said they will not allow you to win Pennsylvania. Michigan, I said this Donald Trump, I said this a long time ago, and people may remember this. I said, listen, when people, we have these sort of racist identitarians on the right, who hate people like you and me and Ben Shapiro more than anybody else. And I always said, you don't need to win, for example, the black vote. You just need to mitigate your losses, where let's say you get to the point of 30%, 35%, or even 20%. And when you look in Detroit, when you look in Michigan, you look at Wayne County, you look at a lot of black Americans in Michigan. Here's the thing. Not only are more black Americans going for Trump than any other Republican in modern history, Hispanics, there aren't as many in Michigan because, you know, it's cold. But with black Americans, you also have black Americans who are on the assembly lines, who've benefited directly from the trade agreements that Donald Trump. So there's even more reason for black Americans to support Donald Trump. So I think it comes down to this question. Do people think it is more likely that a Democrat, a registered Democrat, votes for Donald Trump, or that a registered Republican in Michigan votes for Joe Biden? And I think if you look at the margin, as thin as it may be, that you won last go in Michigan, there had to have been at least like 10% of registered Democrats voting for Donald Trump. And that gap with the early voting is within 4 points. So if I had to bet right now, I would probably bet on you guys winning Michigan. But I certainly think that either Michigan or Pennsylvania, barring some kind of voter fraud, and then that's the whole game. You guys win. This is the one thing I've been talking about, Don. No one else has been talking about this. They say, oh, you guys need to play. You guys need to run the board. No. Listen,
Montana's red now.
Just hang on to North Carolina and Georgia. Biden needs to win Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. If you guys hold on to your states, you just need Michigan or Pennsylvania, and it's curtains. So I actually think that you have far more paths to victory, barring a huge upset from Biden in one of your states. Arizona might be one to watch because it's a little unpredictable, but even then, that doesn't give Biden enough. He still needs to win 3 of the 4. So I think you're looking pretty good. I would
Biden
bet
doesn't
right
have
now
it.
You guys win Michigan. I would have bet before the election Pennsylvania, but I think it looks good for you.
Yeah, listen, and like I said, I've been on the ground more than probably any human being alive, and that energy has always been there. So if those rural guys turn up the way it looks like they will, I mean, again, it feels pretty good. It's a question of, you're right, Pennsylvania, how badly will they be able to cheat? If we win by 1 point, we lose. If we win by 50,000, it may be harder for them to make up that difference cheating. So, we just got to see where that ends up. But, again, cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. I will tell you this, though. The level of love that you guys, I think, is unparalleled in any other state. My father-in-law, who, by the way, was not a Trump fan in 2016 in the primaries, and neither was I. He was a Ted Cruz guy. He owns a factory that's relatively close to the Grand Rapids Airport. And by relatively close, I mean 2.5 miles.
I'm calling John for John. That's who it is.
And he walked to your rally last night and sent me a video that, of course, was
awesome.
completely inaudible. I couldn't see it. I couldn't hear it because he is 67. He's using like an old brick phone. But the spirit remains. The love that people have for Trump in Michigan is unparalleled, I would say, in any other state. And you know what? That can change some minds. So I don't know, but I know you're tired. I know you've got a bunch to do. Donald Trump, thank you so much for being with us.
I'm on 1 hour of sleep and 30 interviews today. So I'm got to get back at the game. But I appreciate all you guys are doing, and look forward to talking soon, buddy.
Just borrow a rock from Hunter. We will see you later. That always gets me right back in the mood. You can let him go. That's always nice when Donald Trump.
He never shares. He never shares.
Do we need to push Dave and Anthony Cumia a little bit? What do you guys? Do you guys think we should probably move it a little bit?
Yes, we'll let you know when the new spot is if we need it.
Okay, when the new spot is. Sorry, guys, we definitely want to have you on. Is there any new update since Don Trump Jr.?
So we've got a little bit of news. I think Reg has got some as well, but I think Dan Crenshaw is.
I'll destroy you.
The victor in his race, tighter than one would have expected, but given kind of the changes in the demographic there, some of the other races in Texas, as we talked about earlier, are kind of those down-ballot races are tending to go more Democrat than folks had expected historically. Still getting some wins. Morgan Meyer here, kind of local in the Dallas area, and some other races that are kind of going the other way, going blue, but still some lead here in Texas. Reg, what's the details on the Texas vote right now?
So in Texas, well, I'll just say that we've got Washington and Oregon and New Mexico for Biden.
Okay.
Which are not really surprises, but it's interesting to me that, the networks are calling these with 0% of the vote, 1% of the vote. I think just to give some people...
That's exactly what I've always said. Why do the networks call, like states, 0% of the vote or 1% of the vote? It doesn't make any sense.
Don't use the word humorous?
Unless you're referring to a bone.
Okay.
Does it really bother you?
No, you know what it is?
No.
When I would do stand-up shows, or like I would do
Humor.
stuff, like I hosted CPAC for 4 years. People would come up afterwards. It'd be like me, Bill Bennett, Rick Santorum, and they'd come up like, I really enjoyed your speech. It was very humorous. I'd be like, oh, do you have a pencil?
Yeah,
because I hate the word humor.
Isn't calling it a skit also pretty offensive? Because I saw on Twitter the other day someone, maybe Candace Owens, referring to one of Saturday Night Live's skits, and
Gerald did that on this show.
He did.
Skits if it's an actual skit, but stand-up isn't a skit.
So
and none of it is humorous.
Okay. So in Texas, you have 84
This person I watched stream, she her mic like just completely just went staticky, and if she unplugs it and plugs it back in, it fixes it. And I was like, what cable are you using? I'm like, it might be your cable, you know, what conductor are you using? And some guy PM'd me, he goes, it's plated with souls apparently, because it was like, shh.
What, you so horny?
I want to say that's obvious, but
it isn't
400.
He's so horny, of course. He's so horny.
Finally.
See, that's a good mix.
You finally lose?
I got the serious
No,
lawyer,
we won.
Horny Asian. I like it. No, but 490,000 people have nothing better to do than watch you. And
They're still watching.
They're still watching.
Hey, by the way, guys.
Someone said Pennsylvania will not be reporting for a day or two. 2.2 million mail-in ballots waiting for to be counted. And then this Twitter user Lori said, "I voted for Biden with a mail-in ballot in Pennsylvania." And then someone called iTweet said, now they just have to wait for the other 2,199,999 people voted for.
They just considered my criticism.
That's amazing. The best tweet.
Yeah, you made that in 2018.
And don't forget, right? No matter
I'm playing 19D chess.
No matter where the presidential election comes out, there is still a fight with regards to big tech and how they are using Section 230 to protect themselves at the expense of conservative voices, how they are using their policies, saying that they are viewpoint neutral, enforcing their policies against conservative voices while saying we're fair, we're fine, taking money.
Better step your game up, Cody.
Really deceiving the public.
Yeah, Cody. You got to step your game up, damn it.
I mean, he's got 91 wins. You're 11. And you guys are like the same rank.
It was big tech.
But really, is it that hard to get to Cody's rank?
To really understand what the facts were.
Apparently it is, because he's ranked higher than me.
What's that say about you, Cody? Or John?
I was MVP like every game that we played. Somehow it ranked him higher than me.
Yeah, you're still ranked lower than him.
A family of sparrows in his nest of a beard. But all we can do and be protected is to have.
So it looks like the Republicans might hold the Senate.
If I didn't have teammates that were so heavy, I'd actually do better.
Up the times where they are creating defamatory posts themselves by labeling
no comment, Cody.
As fake news.
No comment.
I'm just gonna sit there and burn your ass, and you ain't gonna say shit.
Nope. Not gonna give you the.
I mean, that's just admitting guilt. So I mean, I'll take the fact that you're like, no, I'm in it.
If the Young Turks are melting down, you do have to let me know.
Well, I'm glad that
we may have a clip.
We know who was playing what now.
Here's the thing: I don't want to punch down because I know we're so much bigger than because we're so much bigger now than the Young Turks. But you do have to keep in mind.
Wait.
When I had no one, it's like they're lucky.
Audience-wise.
Well, they have more
subscribers. Have you seen Chink's head as of late? It's getting bigger.
It's true. It's almost like it's like someone expanded and didn't hit the shift key.
It's like when you look out the hotel door and it's that fisheye.
Right.
I stole that from Brennan.
It's like the fisheye with someone who also has mumps. So. Very nice. You do have to understand that they went after me when I had like 50,000 subscribers and no recourse. And when I think it was Politicon came to me a long time ago, said, "You want to do Politicon?" I said, "You know what? I think we had Johnny Boy say like, he'll do it if it's someone like Brian Stelter or Cenk Uygur or something like that." And they said no. And I think they brought some other people forward. So it's one of those things where these people have attacked the Young Turks. And I get it, they're small, but they do also have like $30-something million from foreign entities, foreign caliphates, and Al Jazeera. So I don't want to be a bully and punch down, but this is a guy who called the election for Biden like a month ago, and he said no doubt. And even his co-host Anna Kasparian was like, I don't know yet. And he was like, no, it's over. No one's ever come back from a 14-point lead because he believed it. He believed there was a 14-point lead.
Man, that fucking auto lock, dude.
Oh my gosh. Okay, make sure that, can we put it up so that I'm still on screen while we show the clip? Because is this going to be as funny as Anna Areola?
Oh, we'll see.
Can't possibly.
All right.
All right, let me see the Young Turks clip. Let me see what's going on
there. Are we good to go with the...
Oh God, Young Turks.
Okay, we got to arrange it a little bit differently. Yeah. Then we do have Anthony Cumia, Dave Landau coming up. We're gonna have Alex Jones after that. The Hodge twins later on. Shooting Gerald. Okay, we do have the clip.
All right, I got it.
All right, we got the clip of Cenk Uygur. Okay, all right.
Get out of the way. Both Jake Tapper and Nancy Pelosi and all those and every editor at the New York Times has to get out of our way.
Both gonna lock me in.
Let us hit the Republicans in the face. Instead of playing patty cakes with them, how many elections are we going to get to a razor's edge?
Bro,
with a
I'm fucking a spearing.
Just like Donald Trump. One last thing, I swear to God,
I'm a spear motherfuckers. I'll be like, yo, I done lubed this up just for your booty hole.
Forget him being a racist. Forget him being a fascist.
Okay, I will.
The guy's IQ is lower than 70. He's an idiot. He's a total moron. And you couldn't figure out how to crush him in an election? Man, the corporate Democrats and the mainstream media.
You called it for Biden a month
They
ago.
absolutely positively suck, and they brainwash smart people into compliance.
Yeah, you thought Biden had a 14-point lead.
Get out of the way.
They brainwash smart people.
Look at him.
That's his excuse.
They brainwash smart people like me. I thought.
I'll be getting confused on if that's our Anduin or not. Dude, we could have banned her. That could have been our second band.
I ban you.
Listen, win, lose, or draw. If Donald Trump doesn't
DVA
win,
I'm feeling fucking good.
If DVA jumps out, just know that you're gonna see me leap. Yeet.
America. Isn't that wonderful? And I say this as someone who was raised in Canada, so I appreciate it a whole lot more than you do. The fact that these people who believed, they're mad at the people.
What is Fox per?
Think about this. All the stupid. By the way, he's calling Trump a level 70 IQ, which
they don't have the CC for me.
People understand. Like,
and you know how I am when I'm a white man, sir.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna be toxic AF all game.
I think that's actually one of the biggest mistakes people make. Donald Trump is a lot smarter than
people. Bro, this is gonna be such a good game. Be like, who should I pick because they have two people that do percent damage? Deathwing.
She says sometimes things that you're like, is that
right?
Real? Because she's French Canadian.
And it gives me a big fucking stupid target to use to heal people. So I'm just like, okay, I'll sit here and just channel energy into White Man, or from White Man to Deathwing, and just heal my team for stupid amounts of fucking healing.
People with the 70 IQ were the ones who said a 14-point lead. Well, why make it any points? Just make it 100 points. No one bought it.
Essentially, we have 3 ranged assassins.
No one bought it except for you, and I'm amazed with 20+ million.
And you do a shit ton of damage, bro. Why they have like all kinds of tanky bullshit. Vala is their only damage.
That's who he is. But
how should I build Imperius? Should I just go spear build?
He's just. It's like the hatred seeping through.
Just make sure to try to spear the. If you spear, you do bonus damage to like everything. So like spearing tanks and everything is worth.
Oh wait, that's me. No.
Think about this. The Young Turks are funded
just
by
not spearing.
This is literally
Deathwing.
By mugs. Yeah. It's by you guys.
Imagine if that worked, dude. Just be like, yeah! I just lift him off the air.
Licensing agreements, and we work with the Blaze. Wonderful people at the Blaze. We have wonderful sponsors who we.
I don't feel like Deathwing's a terrible character, but I don't think he's a great character.
Viewers like you, only they get huge federal grants. No,
he brings fire from the people, sir.
Like you.
This is not a good map for him.
None. Ask me how much money we got from Al Jazeera. None at all whatsoever. And for some reason, we got it right. But this is crazy to me. Hold on a second. What's Gerald looking at?
Alabama, Tommy Tuberville. That's a seat we have picked up in the Senate. They just called that for Tommy Tuberville. So that's a good pickup.
And Lindsey Graham won.
Yeah, we knew that. But it's somebody going.
I used to hate Lindsey Graham. And now I love him.
Yeah.
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 Post Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Hands off.
Kavanaugh, he was
Hands off my grams.
Hands off. Okay, hey, so something interesting coming from at Matt Brunig.
Still chasing after Bell Gaston.
What?
What the hell's the matter?
That does not even make any sense. You are mixing these things; they do not make sense.
It's my wild pheasant.
Okay, according to exit polls, Trump did better in 2020. This is at Matt Brunig reporting this from Edison exit poll. Did better in 2020 with every race and gender except for white men.
Oh,
changed
is this
from
nationally
2016
or in a state?
Nationally.
Okay.
This is nationally. +4 for black men. +4.
Trump apparently did better in 2020 with every race and gender than white men.
Black, Latino, or white. So.
And I don't believe that. Let me tell you why I don't believe that.
Okay.
So Cody, he didn't do well with your people.
No.
I was watching John.
I can't. What?
I was watching him on CNN the other day going.
Did I distract you?
You know, Donald Trump, he's behind.
I'm hearing like 4 things at once, bro.
I said Trump apparently did better with every race and gender other than white men.
What did the polls have him behind? Not how did Donald Trump perform? Right. What did the polls have him behind? So that's saying exit polls.
Off to a great start.
So apparently to your people.
With Hispanics and blacks, probably better than the exit polling. So that's are they comparing exit polling with performance? That's what they'll often do. Is they'll perform Donald Trump's performance in 2016 with the polling going into 2020. So I'm saying that I think they.
I wish someone else was there with me. Like, come on.
In front of me to see it. Sure. But right away when they would often say, "Oh well, he only won this by a thin margin."
Yeah, well, I agree. How many Republicans are elected to the Senate is a key thing. We need to hold the Senate, otherwise it's just going to be a repeat, except they will actually impeach Trump.
This is something too. This is why that huge closing of the gap going into election matter. Well, hold on, what?
We've got New York Post is calling Arizona for Joe Biden.
Or Biden.
Really? Okay. New York Post is calling Arizona for Joe Biden.
This game's not going
We've
well.
got, but the decision desk called Ohio for
Motherfucker, dude.
Trump.
Yeah.
So
Ohio for Trump.
And we've got Arizona for Biden.
I believe Trump has something to say about that.
Does he?
Yeah, for Ohio.
Oh, let's see what we have with Donald Trump. Ohio.
It's Trump. Ohio. I just want the whole show. Kasich said no, but he's a dope. Right, folks?
I don't think he's really calling states. Okay, so it's not a good thing that he won Arizona. But again, that doesn't really change it. That just makes it now it puts him on even footing.
Yeah, well, he's got a much bigger lead now. It's 400-something thousand in Pennsylvania. He's got a pretty sizable lead in Michigan right now.
Oh no, I need to refill.
I'm concerned about Pennsylvania, and he's also ahead in Wisconsin.
Good shit,
You
sir.
You know I got that, son.
Can we have someone in the research
Top damage white man?
do me a favor? And I know, Reg, you're working on this. Can someone
Aren't you always top damage when you're white man?
Top damage, top healing.
Michigan and Wisconsin. I want to see those counties so we know what has actually come back
see it.
in.
It's so many.
Okay.
That it'll be difficult to fit on the screen.
No, I don't need to fit it on the screen, but someone out there can kind of give us an idea. We have right now. Hold on a second before we continue. Well, you can talk, Gerald, when we have guests.
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
I was going to say what we're looking for is specifically the turnout in Wayne County. Like, how much are they reporting in Wayne County and Michigan? So these big Democrat strongholds. So Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh,
and healing
in Pennsylvania. Sorry, Pittsburgh and the other one. Philadelphia. There we go. Sorry, I was losing my mind there. And those are what we're looking for. We're trying to figure out if all of this
stupid
vote
ass
is coming
fucking
in
shit
from the rural areas or if the cities have put a lot of those.
So
votes in
based on what we have right now, Donald Trump needs to win.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
Any two.
I am
Michigan,
too.
Pennsylvania. He needs to win one of those, and then any of the other 2 states in the Midwest. That could be Wisconsin. That could be Minnesota. That could be Michigan.
Oh, you fucking scum, dude. God damn it.
Are in Vegas now that Biden
Fucking hate stupid ass fucking bullshit.
Pretty close though, too. Well, really, 53-45. I don't believe that.
With 25% remaining too, so it just depends on again where that's coming from.
That seems like it might be a premature call, but right now we do have Dave Landau and Anthony Cumia, of course, from Compound Media on with us. Dave and Anthony.
Wisconsin seems pretty fair that it might go Trump. It's the early voting that's freaking kicking our ass.
This is insane. We're watching for every second that goes by, my opinion changes, but I have great faith.
I'm gonna have to refill my drink in a second.
The news is so terrible. They're running this on purpose like some kind of neck-and-neck horse race. They will not call states for Trump. They call instantly for Biden just to keep this illusion that they've had going.
Yeah,
for 4
Ohio
years,
is that's definitely Trump.
I absolutely have faith that Trump is going to win this.
Well, did you see that they called Arizona for Biden?
Yeah, that was getting me a little upset.
Yeah, that was depressing.
Last election, of course, he did take Arizona. It's the only state so far that has been flipped.
Right, and it's looking pretty good for Georgia and North Carolina. So really it comes down to, can Donald Trump win either Michigan or Pennsylvania and then one other state in the Midwest? And if he does, he wins.
I think absolutely he can do that. I don't think that's out of reach. I think it will happen. As a matter of fact, what else does Biden have going for him that gives him the win?
Well, really voter fraud in Pennsylvania. So
Raiders pushing a tower.
Voter fraud in Pennsylvania.
You're so right. That's exactly right.
But he's up.
It's very close in Pennsylvania. Take another look. I'm hovering over Pennsylvania. It's not close at all.
He's not up 10% in Pennsylvania from what I'm seeing. He's up. Oh no, he is.
What do you got?
He's up 10%, right?
Well, it depends. Hold on a second. It depends on which counties are coming in too. Right. And Dave Landau, I'm interested in having, and I know you'll be in studio here pretty soon. Dave Landau, you of course are from Michigan. You have that great bit about Journey and Detroit.
Definitely get fucked.
Or YouTube it if it'll actually show up. I sound so old. Google it. Sorry,
YouTube it.
I would encourage you all to web crawler it. Okay, piss off everybody.
I'm coming.
Trump. I mean, right now he has an 11-point lead.
But
of course, that's not all of the vote coming in. Do you think Michigan goes for Trump this go around?
Oh, please tell me I can get out of this.
Where do you go?
And it's the first time that it's ever even been pushing red like this. So I really do think that there's a very strong chance that Michigan's gonna go red.
Yeah, and I think how do you think the people there feel about your fascist?
That's so fucking dumb. Watch out.
Governor Whitmer, because they always say it's like an 80% approval rating, and I'm like, really? How does she have an 80% approval rating?
My sippy's up.
Compare her
I'm gonna
to
grab
the
that.
Bride of Chucky. Did they bring him up on the stage at the same time? That's one of those numbers that I feel is actually inflated, and it usually comes from a local press in Michigan.
Dude, I hate niggas.
Not looking good for Kanye.
People in Lansing, whereas our head count was 3,500.
Do you know some people voted for Kanye?
Win Michigan, Dave.
I really do, and I think it is because of Whitmer. I think entirely the reason why they're going red is because of the lovely job that she's been doing here. As we all know, she's completely.
So, do you know why people think that we're going red in Michigan?
So yeah.
Well, hold on a second. Someone else. I hear.
John Cody.
I hear another voice in the background.
Why?
That sounds like Lil Wayne. You guys
Because of the wonderful job Whitmer's been doing.
Streams and you're crossing your own stream. Kumia.
Thought we were all going in right there. Thought we were all going in. That tower's 2 HP and no one else goes in.
I gotta take some control. I understand. Yes.
Fucking guinea disgusting. What? What? I just said something racist about Italians. What was that?
Is what it was.
Isn't it funny? Italians never care. My boxing coach, Anthony, you could probably my boxing coach, who's Italian, he didn't get offended at anything. Guinea, Wop, Dago, unless you brought up that scene in True Romance about the Sicilians, and he'd lose his mind.
Oh, yeah. We don't like that scene at all. It's really because it's a grandmother kind of insult.
Yes, it is, because Italians are inherently racist. My joke to him was we were talking about that, and I said
It is 100% because of Whitmer.
He's Italian, and I said, hey, well, you're Italian, but let's be honest, like Southern Italian, so let's be honest, there's probably a person of color hiding behind your woodshed somewhere down the line. And he threw a left hook to my body that crippled me for a moment in time.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Some people get
proved your point.
He did. Yeah, he proved my point that the Moors obviously are in his lineage because they were known as very sturdy people as well.
What do you think? I heard Georgia had stopped counting ballots. Is this true also?
Georgia had some ballots free.
Got her anyway.
In a county which, of course, was overwhelmingly Trump. But even the New York Times Needle is overwhelmingly saying Georgia and North Carolina are going to Donald Trump. So, do we have the New York Times Needle on Michigan or Pennsylvania at all? Reg the Bandit, let me know. Because
they don't have a separate needle that I see for those areas, but we do have the counties if you want to go through those at any point.
Okay, you know what? Hey, I hate to cut this short.
Be right back. Going to get some more drink.
Feedback going on, and we do have to get going. And Alex Jones has been waiting, and if I keep Alex Jones waiting, I might end up in a river.
That's gonna be a problem.
I might end up with a gay frog head in my bed next to me. So it's Compound Media, and from what I understand, you guys will be in the great state of Texas sometime soon. We'll have you in studio.
Yes, indeed.
He's just
sir.
gonna get a free
Very
tower.
cool. Thanks a lot, Steven.
Thank you. I'm sorry it wasn't longer. It's just next time get your shit together and arrange it.
Yeah.
All right.
Take it easy, man.
I love those guys.
They're good guys.
All right. So we have so much. I'm trying to think of what we have to get to as far as the show. Do we have any updates here on states? I really need to pee. I don't know if I can take a break here to pee.
Go take a break.
By the way,
Coming. God damn it.
Handed off to pee. You know what? Really quickly before we go, I'm wondering if we don't need to bring on Dr. Choi. He's probably busy. But
I'm so glad I committed to that.
I think. Well, we can't shoot, right? We can't. No, wait, we can shoot.
We caught up on level.
We're gonna shoot. So everybody, tweet this out. We are going to shoot Gerald. Thomas Finnegan is going to shoot.
She can go further than me.
Thomas Finnegan is going to shoot Gerald B right now with our wonderful sponsor. Before we go to this commercial break, Spartan Armor, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. We're going to shoot Gerald B live. Thomas Finnegan, let's go.
There he is. There he is.
Almost.
They need help, mid.
On my way.
Maybe not.
I do even more damage now.
I am back. I am back. What'd I miss? Cody, what'd I miss? I don't know. Did I miss you?
Wow.
Give me
Bullshit.
out!
Yeah, right in there.
50 million fucking stuns. I love it. 50 million fucking stuns in a row. God, fucking game, dude. Fucking dumb.
Steven, Gerald B. has met an untimely end, but it was for a good cause, and we set out and did what we wanted to do. Back to you.
All right, I'm glad to be with you. We actually wanted to have me be shot or Gerald A, but we couldn't. I don't know if you guys can see this. Look, this is the vest here from Spartan Armor. I don't know if you can see it or if you want me to hold it back to see the lighting here a little bit. I need to break it
where'd
up.
Steven go?
Where'd I go? It's me!
Hey! I'm glad I didn't get shot.
Who's that behind there? That's Spartan Armor. It's me. It's me. And then look, here's the plate from Spartan Armor. I don't know if you guys can see this here. If I hold it up to the light.
There you go. Right there.
Look.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look behind this. Nothing.
Yeah. Didn't even scratch the sticker.
Nothing. And I know this is rifle proof. That was 9mm, but that was coming out of a carbine with high pressure ammunition.
I was expecting when the first shot went through that the whole sex doll would just explode. But no, it was just
that sex doll was pretty rugged,
pretty tough.
Well, I think it was the Spartan Armor, but
it has to be, I guess.
Well, you know what?
We shot it right in the face.
Because some people give me flack. They're like, "Are you wearing a tactical vest?" I'm like, "No, I'm just wearing a bulletproof vest because people want to kill me."
That's a good reason.
And Spartan Armor, they have some. I'll get some after the next break. I'll get some vests where you can all put them on. They have vests that are like really low profile, that almost like Michael Keaton in Batman where he got shot. It's basically like a gel, and that's 44 Magnum proof, and that right there is totally rifle proof and super light. So really happy to bring them on. Spartan Armor. You can go to is it SpartanArmor.com? I don't have this right here. What's the website? Is it SpartanArmor.com? SpartanArmorSystems.com. Use the promo code to get 10%.
Let's see. Have they called any more states? They have not.
And one thing too, a lot of other body armors out there, they claim that they're NIJ equivalent, but these are actually NIJ certified. So they certify them in a lab in a far more official scenario than with a blow-up doll. They actually will protect your life. So you can get some thin ones that are 44 Magnum proof, or some thicker like actual plate carriers that are full-on rifle proof. I had no idea how. Is that Chelsea Handler on CNN? I have no idea.
No, but hey, I just want to let. There was a lot of concerned tweets during that little segment, making sure yes, Gerald B not only remains safe and sound, but still the #1 most preferred Gerald B by
And what character?
Most important.
I said rugged.
Very tender.
Yeah.
Rugged.
Yet you love playing as him.
I don't know. Rugged.
And the only.
Let's check the good old Twitter.
The only reason that Gerald B did deflate was because Thomas Finnegan shot Gerald B through the head 3 times.
Very directly.
So it
that
was
is
not any.
No, it had nothing to do with the
Spartan
armor. That's because Thomas Finnegan has anger issues. So
It is.
listen, this is something.
Not a good
we can
relationship
update this for
with
you.
Gerald.
I will say I am surprised by how well Donald. So here's one interesting thing. Lost Arizona, okay. But we still have Pennsylvania and Michigan where Donald Trump is looking ahead. We're not really hearing a whole lot from Wisconsin, which surprises me. But Arizona had a significant demographic shift.
Yeah.
Right? Where Arizona had significantly more Latinos and they had a lot of people move out. Certainly working class people have moved out of Arizona. They've been priced out of Arizona. So if you actually look for a home in Phoenix, right, you're talking about many
Always
millions of dollars for even a decent home. Recently when I was in Phoenix, we were talking about $800,000 for a bungalow, right? So it's priced at a lot of the working class Americans in Arizona, and then you have a lot of either illegal immigrants or you have people who've come there who don't speak English very well. So even though Donald Trump is winning more of the Latino vote, there was such a drastic shift in demographics in Arizona. We don't really have that in Pennsylvania and Michigan. So the fact that according to, was it AP or New York Times or where was it? AP that Donald Trump is performing better with black men, with black women, with Hispanic voters, with both men and women. That really matters in places like Wayne County, in a state like Ohio where you have Dayton, where you have Cincinnati, where you have Cleveland, where you have Columbus, right? Or in Michigan, where you have Detroit, where you have Flint, because there hasn't been a huge shift in Michigan where all of a sudden there are a huge number of Latino voters. So even if Donald Trump is doing better by 4%, well, you're losing a lot of that working class, non-college educated white voter, which, by the way, non-college educated typically right now means educated because they're not getting a degree in underwater basket weaving. So there was a shift in Arizona that definitely hasn't taken place in Pennsylvania and Michigan. So if I were just to use those numbers that you gave me from the AP and say, Donald Trump's doing better with black, male, female, Latino, male, female, and you haven't seen, let's say, a 20% drop of white working class Americans and a 20% increase in Latinos, that's a net positive. Arizona was a little bit of an outlier because we didn't know what those demographics were. I still am surprised.
Now, some people are, you know, we have some Trump campaign officials and other people saying that it's it's too early to call Arizona. Fox News has been really eager to call states for Biden very early on. And their coverage has frankly been pretty terrible, I think.
It's uncharacteristic of them to call early. They tend to be the later ones,
Yeah,
right?
so they're saying, you know, 2/3
They call really late, like Karl Rove.
Yeah.
This election's not over. It's not over. You're over. What are you saying? I don't know. I should have.
Cheers.
So I don't want to give anybody false hope, but I think that feels like a little bit of an early call in Arizona. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Well, CNN hasn't called it yet.
Yeah. Well, Arizona was the one I was least confident about compared to
Ooh.
Georgia and North.
May have made that one a little bit strong.
One other you were asking about Wisconsin, which currently is 51-46 Trump, though my understanding is that is at 59% reported, but without counting the absentee vote. So I don't know if, Rez, you can double check that. But there's certainly some question there about that pattern we talked about earlier.
Well, you know what, though? That's interesting with Wisconsin because if I bring this back up, you guys can keep talking really quickly. Maybe I can hear. You know what?
5 million.
So you guys can see this. Don't go to it yet, Quarter Black Garrett, but let me know when you have access to it. Track early.
And,
Hold on a second. Where
and
is it?
so that will be interesting. It's not very clear to me from at least where I'm
Target
at on New York Times whether or not they're just simply they haven't even
Rough night for Kanye.
they have or counted them by registration, which can certainly give you some indication. But whereas in Pennsylvania, for example, some of the information I was seeing is that there are something like 2 million votes that are outstanding, 60% of which are Democrat votes.
Well, here's what's interesting about about Wisconsin. So if you can bring up my screen here, is it mirroring to you guys? Okay. So, hold on a second. There we go. Okay. So we go to Wisconsin. This is one that I told you about. Wisconsin, which Donald Trump won last time. This is by the party model, right? By the modeled party. It was 48 to 39 Democrat. And what did Donald Trump? Can you let me know, Reg? What did Donald Trump win Wisconsin by last go? I think he won by like 0.7%. So he won, but he was down by 9 points, right, compared to Democrats. In other words, there would have to be at least a 9-point shift from Democrat to Republican. The early voting in Wisconsin this go around has it within under 2 points.
Yeah.
So if there's a lead right now, again, this is based on the modeled party. I don't think with Wisconsin, I don't think we're seeing as strong of a Democrat early vote.
Yeah.
It surprised me, and they had a very strong ground game in Wisconsin. So if I had to bet, does Wisconsin go to Biden? Probably. Right now, if I had to bet, but it's not a done deal at all. By any means.
Trump won by 0.7% in 2016.
So he won by 0.7%, even though there were 9% more Democrats than Republicans voting, which means that there has to be at least 10% of Democrats or unaffiliated going for Trump.
Yeah. Well, and just to piggyback off what you just said, there's in Pennsylvania, 60% of the vote is supposed to have the 2 million that are outstanding. Trump has a 510,000 vote lead. If 60% of 2 million comes in, Trump wins Pennsylvania.
Right. In looking at those numbers, it's not clear. I think the person reporting them is just simply stating the facts, right? Which is it's still outstanding.
Right.
You know, there's no way to call Pennsylvania, but it's becoming increasingly clear if there isn't if there is a split between Wisconsin and Michigan, Pennsylvania becomes the place that we're waiting, I don't know, a week,
but
5.
it's looking so good for Trump.
It is.
Even
It
if
is.
that many votes are outstanding. If it stays,
I'll destroy your dreams, Cody.
With the lead he's building up right now on votes.
You guys are boring me. Let's go to CNN a little bit.
You guys are boring me.
You're going to go across this map, and you're looking at this map, and if you're watching,
I am very glad we don't do it by popular vote. I actually got into kind of a discussion on Facebook earlier because someone's like, blah, blah, blah. It's too bad we have electoral college. And I explained it. You know, it's to protect us from big states like California and New York controlling the whole fucking country. And they're like, I understand why we have it, but it just sucks. I'm like, so you'd rather have the major majority that
Were you about to say there, Audio Wade?
Yeah, I was just curious.
lives in few populated cities control the entire city and country.
So we can show this map for people who have not seen it. I don't see it up there on the screen. Okay, so they're called Arizona. It has what is it, Election HQ or Desktop HQ? What's the name of the place you're using, Reg the Bandit?
Decision Desk. We've also
Did they call it for Arizona yet?
I don't know if they have called it. I know Fox News did. Let's see here.
Well, I know New York Post and Fox News did.
Yeah, those are the two, I think.
And I think most of the
California, Oregon, Washington went to Biden. Big surprise.
Ohio and Florida both blue. Is that correct? And then and then but they had Arizona red. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't matter because it's still a net gain.
Right. It does seem like the surprises have been more in Trump's favor, at least in the.
Well, it does seem like Nate Silver should be, shot at dawn before breakfast, figuratively speaking. The guy's never been. Remember when there used to be
That's what I meant.
Remember when there used to be bumper stickers going into 2016? Trust Nate Silver.
Yeah.
Or it was like trust Nate Silver, trust because he got it right twice.
So you're looking at Decision Desk is saying that in Arizona you do have Biden leading, but they have not called the state finally, or kind of given the final nod.
I'll be right back.
They are already saying a lead, not a final call, but a lead for Trump in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. So
right now,
again, some of that stuff is very early.
What does that mean? They're just saying he has a lead, right? Are they saying that it looks like, in other words, if they were to bet that it looks like Trump should win?
It seems like that's what they're saying is based on where they're at. That the lead
Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
I mean, this is clearly very preliminary. I mean, I don't even know how you can do that right
well,
now.
Well, that's what CNN has up right now, right? So they're saying this is where the race is right now, right? They're saying Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania are in Trump's camp, but it's not over there yet. So I think that's probably what they're saying as well.
If Trump wins Wisconsin and Michigan, or Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, or Michigan and Pennsylvania, he wins. If he wins all three, he wins in a landslide.
Right.
So in other words, people don't understand. He doesn't need. Again, we find ourselves at this exact position. What did I say? Joe Biden needs to run the board. I even said even if he wins Pennsylvania, so even if he wins Arizona. So let me bring this back up to 270 to win here. Okay. So I need to mirror this for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring this up really quickly. Apple TV Studio. All right. Oh, shoot. I just accidentally hit something. Ah, shit. I got water all over myself. Okay.
Oh,
don't do it.
All right. So obviously North Carolina, we can't call yet in Pennsylvania. Okay. Let me just reset this map really quickly. All right. Ohio. So here's about where we are right now, assuming Minnesota is called, but Minnesota is not called.
What about North Carolina? Are you calling that?
Oh, why do I have North Carolina in there for?
There we go.
What? Yeah, I am calling North Carolina for Trump. Screw that. By the way, has Georgia been called? Because I noticed Georgia on our map is filled in. Has it not?
Not that I've seen.
Fix that in the map. Whoever's there in the control room. Don't make me come in there and punch you in the nuts.
Map.
So what I will say is this. Let's assume North Carolina and Georgia because even New York Times is assuming so. All right. Arizona goes to Biden. Okay, we give him Minnesota. Is it enough? No. We give him Wisconsin. Is it enough? No. We give him Michigan. That gets him enough, assuming that he wins Maine's 2nd Congressional District.
Right. And the Nebraska split there.
Right. Now, if he wins... Now, for Biden, we find ourselves at this situation. Look, let's leave Minnesota and Wisconsin out of it completely. If he gets Michigan and Pennsylvania, he wins. But... Again, that assumes that he gets a district in Nebraska. So this idea that it's like this washout for Donald Trump or for no, it's really not. Donald Trump just needs to win Michigan. Now, Donald Trump could win Michigan, for example, and Wisconsin. Biden can't win just Michigan and Wisconsin. Biden can't win just Michigan, Wisconsin, or Michigan and Minnesota. He doesn't have those options. Biden needs to win Michigan. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Biden needs to win Michigan and Pennsylvania, right? That is, he can do it with just 2 states. Now let's flip it for Trump here, okay? And this is not even giving Trump any of the other states like the Maine 2nd Congressional District or that extra district in Nebraska. If Trump wins Michigan, he can win Minnesota or Wisconsin and he wins. Or he can win Pennsylvania and he wins. Biden needs both Michigan, Pennsylvania to win with 2 states. And if he has Minnesota, Wisconsin, he needs Michigan and Pennsylvania. So he needs 3 states or 2 of the big states. Donald Trump just needs 1 of those big states. So what would I say at this point? If I were to have to bet, I'd probably give it 60-40 chance for Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think we're looking at, with Arizona kind of being the opposite side of where Florida was, kind of quelling the heat, if you will, on where those votes are. I mean, that's a pretty important 11 votes that are now putting in some big contention. I mean, I don't think that we can realistically say Minnesota's still on the table. So it really is coming down to some of these smaller districts, Nebraska and Maine, as well as Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
I think it really comes down to Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Any word on Nevada yet?
I have no idea what the word is on Nevada yet, but I would assume that Nevada is, of course, going to Joe Biden. Because
I think that's what most
are commie pricks.
Yeah.
So we're at CNN saying 47% in for Michigan, Trump 54, 46.
What do they have? 50% in for Pennsylvania, and Trump's up 12.
Yeah. He's up 520,000 votes. That's huge. If there's only 2 million outstanding.
Wisconsin, Trump's up. Okay, he's up 6 with 59% of the vote.
And Fox has called Texas for Trump.
Oh, surprise!
Hey, Reggie and I said closer, but still Texas.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, people.
I was just ragging on you guys because it shouldn't even be close,
Yeah,
right?
it shouldn't be close,
I'm the guy. I'm the out of towner, right? I'm just
It shouldn't even be
grinding
close.
your
But what has
gears.
changed Texas is not just more Latinos; it's more Californians. It's more wealthy, upper middle class whites with college degrees who get college degrees in things that are useless.
Well, that's the thing is the Latino vote. I mean, folks on the left and the right will say that Texas politics on the left and Texas politics on the right are still different from national politics. So even trying to coalesce a Latino vote in Texas is just insulting to the whole spectrum of people who are voting out there in the Latino community. But I think you're right. The bigger change is
Latinx.
What was that? No.
He can't focus because he's so horny.
No. No. Yes.
You so horny.
Yes. No to Latinx. Yes to horny.
Okay, that's fair.
But you got to look at what these votes are. Where are the people going? What are the people who are out there saying, hey, I'm a fourth-generation Mexican immigrant who's been in the United States, and I'm looking at someone who's going to support the economy, that's going to try and keep my taxes low, who's going to support innovation in business. I mean, there are individuals in these communities who are saying, yes, absolutely, I'm pro-Trump. We looked at that Edison exit poll. The number of Latino men and women who are going for Trump is something that defies everything that we've heard from the Democrats and the entire progressive left of saying, hey, if your skin is this color or you identify as Latinx, then you must vote in a certain way. And it is a refute.
I want to do that as a video, by the way. I want to do that as a video.
Oh, yeah?
I want to go to a seriously Mexican area.
I am back.
Ask them, refer to them as
Like El
Latinx,
Paso?
and just see the question mark in their face. Like
It was another why so spicy moment.
Father-in-law, who, as I've mentioned, his name is Beto. He is from El Paso. He is not Robert, though. I can tell you, if you asked him that, he would take a long swig of his Bud Heavy and walk away.
You'd be like, "You Latinx?" You'd be like, "No, I'm still Latin." No, you're not. You're not an Latin X. Yeah, no, I'm still Latin. I don't break up with it.
Abbott and Costello walk in, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. By the way,
no good.
Then they'll steal our jobs. What were we about to say there, Joe?
This is important. Trump is actually outperforming 2016 in Philadelphia right now. They just showed that.
Trump is outperforming everything from 2016, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Who would have thought when Stacey Abrams made the trip to take a shit down the Liberty Bell crack that for some reason that all of us people might understand that there's a president who supports law and order. Who would have thought that same thing with Wisconsin, Kenosha. Think about that for a second. You have these crazy lockdowns in Michigan. Pennsylvania, you have no more. That's why I said I think Biden lost Pennsylvania. Going in tonight, I felt as though I could not put that on the board for Trump because Pennsylvania, look into the history. They have rampant voter fraud. They've had rampant voter fraud for a very long time. And like Reg talked about the AG saying, there's no way, if we count all the votes, there's no way that Trump wins. But that is interesting because what matters more than even the mail-in, and I was having to go by the numbers that we had with the mail-in numbers, which surprised me with Pennsylvania versus the same-day numbers. We didn't have the numbers on Philadelphia. If he's outperforming in Philadelphia what he did last year, it's a good sign. I see very little reason, unless he underperforms everywhere else because of single white bitches.
Right, he'd really have to stumble in a lot of the other counties, and I don't really.
What was that?
SWVs.
Yeah, SWVs. Yeah, single white bitches. When they say that's a big lie too. When they say suburban women don't like Donald Trump, blah 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 blah. No, these aren't moms or wives. These are women. These are the kind of who these women are. Like my wife had a friend who lived in Detroit. She was like, I'm gonna go move to Detroit because they have coffee shops. It's
quaint.
It's quaint. She thought Detroit was fun. Right. And then
Hey John, are you gonna move to Detroit because they have coffee shops?
I've been mugged twice. My friend's been raped.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Detroit's not so cute anymore. And so she still wanted to be pro-Detroit, but she left to go live in a suburb so she could annoy all her friends at the local Starbucks, telling them about how there's this great local coffee shop in Detroit that isn't Starbucks, but she doesn't live there anymore because she values her reproductive organs. The point is, that's why Donald Trump was doing poorly with suburban women. Not because of the people you think of like Pleasantville, the mom, the wife, the Amy Coney Barretts. It's because of single women who realize that living in a city, a cesspool of filth and sadness, is absolutely terrible. And so then they move out to the suburbs, but they're still single. They don't have a family. They don't have a job. They don't have responsibilities. That's where Donald Trump lost ground. And those are kind of intangibles that they're tough to quantify in this election. But people want you to think that all of a sudden these moms, these wives who voted for Donald Trump in 2016 are turning their vote. That's actually not what's happening.
They're not. I'm actually getting some news here. I'm sorry I got to break it in here, but These hoodies are on loudrecruitershop.com.
They are for sale.
Fresh.
Loud Shop.
Look at that.
Wait, is he
Fresh
getting a
from the
commission?
paper.
I think so.
He's not getting. He was the one who came
Also
up with them. I
follow my
hate
Twitter.
hoodies.
Oh, I like that hoodie.
I like that hoodie, but I didn't want to sell a hoodie because Trayvon.
Why did we have him sell the hoodie? I mean,
but why are we selling Arizona iced tea then?
Why not?
We're selling Arizona iced tea.
Yeah.
I thought we were just selling. I thought we were selling a make it your own kit, where it was we were just selling the Skittles and the syrup, and
yeah.
you supply the Arizona watermelon.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. That's
exactly.
correct. Sorry,
There's,
I was
so there's
corrected.
You can take a drink of
plausible
that.
deniability.
You can
Sure.
take a drink of that.
It makes sense.
In your new fresh hoodie.
I don't like hoodies because I'm an adult man. Okay, I don't have a mixtape dropping.
Look, just because you
But
don't
they
wear
are
it
nice.
comfortable.
They're very nice.
While you sit
If
around.
you're gonna get a hoodie,
I am, dude.
If you're gonna get a hoodie,
I am feeling fucking good. I don't know if it's the medication that I've been on for like the last 3 months.
Suburban women and
I don't know if it's the alcohol. I feel fucking
what are we
great.
looking at in the traditional models that we have for polling and how people seem to be more homogenous, and they don't take fact that there's different people in different areas and especially in different counties, whether it's Maricopa County, whether it's Wayne County, whether it's Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They're not really contemplating what are the real circumstances on the ground and how are you going to count those folks. So that's why you're seeing these other kind of startup polling places who are going and saying, I'm going to ask a different question.
Right.
I'm going to ask about what are my neighbors doing. I'm going to go and be more dogged and persistent in getting additional data points. They're going to do better and better. Your Quinnipiacs, they're falling by the wayside unless they can do something.
You can hold
different.
your liquor, but you just mispronounced Quinnipiac. All right, we are going to be back right after this. Actually, I believe with Alex Jones, I have to go pee, and then we will get the expertise. How long can we take a 2.5, 3 minute break?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a 3 minute break right now because we have to get Alex
Crowder
Jones on the phone
sucks.
and make sure that he too is more sober.
He doesn't time his breaks around my breaks when I have to go to the bathroom.
Tuned. Don't go anywhere. We got you first.
Dude, I get that. Wow, so spicy. And then I'm like, I got. This is a fun stream. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did have to mute you guys for a bit because I thought you guys were getting a little too angry.
I'm angry with you.
Well, you made it a few spots.
Oh, I've been saying for like several hours Trump's gonna win. What do you think? Do you guys think Trump's got it?
Probably. I mean, I've said it for a while now.
You voted for him. This, in all honesty, this is like the first election I've seen you vote, John.
That's not true.
Well, first election we could vote in, I was in Iraq, so I didn't see you vote then.
Well, the one time I was in Chicago.
Were you drunk?
No, I was in Chicago doing training.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This was 2016 actually.
Oh, I should not have gotten close to him. I'm irritated.
I'm just saying I honestly didn't know if you cared about voting or not because I'd never seen you vote. But like every single time that it's been election year, it's been like off years.
I died.
I don't watch CNN usually because CNN is fucking garbage.
Stupid fucking Diablo.
I did start sharing voices again.
Am I doing good, sir? Am I a good tank?
You do good, sir. You're good. MVP material right now, sir.
I'll try.
Now I just throw it.
I see a lot of squishies. Ooh, healer needs help. I'm coming.
Because they don't want Trump to be shown to have a lead. Because that's going to cut their viewer base even more. That's why they can't get behind the whole, you know, states that are clearly going to go Trump, they're not going to get behind it.
You get your favorite half Asian lawyer. I am the best and the worst half Asian lawyer on this entire show.
True.
I know I've got a couple
The
of
best
tweets
and the
of
worst.
people saying looking very full Asian. They're saying Gerald is outdoing me. No good. I'm not liking it. I don't like any of those comments. But I'm definitely doing way better.
You got my tweets.
I'm doing way better than Old Man King. I can't hear anything about anything you guys are doing because I don't have my headphones on and I refuse to wear them. I don't want any of Steven's lights. We need Reg the Bandit back in the seat, getting some more data for us. We're really seeing a very narrowing of the path. There's only so many different places we can go at this point to really know where Pennsylvania is. We've got a lot of votes that are still going to be out. I don't know if, Reg, you've gotten any information about how long this process is going to take for Pennsylvania. When are they going to start recounting? Or
50% of Michigan voted. Michigan's going Trump. 54%.
We're just saying, okay, how long are we waiting on Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I mean, the reports I've seen is that they are just stopping counting for the night. So that seems to indicate that, you know, we'll have to wait till tomorrow for the result from there.
If we're lucky.
Yeah. So that seems sort of premeditated to me to string things out. I mean, this is a state with, you know, a Democratic governor in control, and so I'm kind of leery
they're all clumped together like that.
Leaving that to their, you know.
Well,
their discretion.
Remember, I mean, we've talked about this already, but you've got an AG who has said, when you get all of the votes in, like he knows what the
I'm just waiting for one of them to step up too far.
about the end is. And, you know, we're not trying to talk about conspiracy theories. It's just what
Hey there.
reasonable assumption would one make from
Oh, CNN is biased for hella sure.
when the vote should just be whatever the votes are going to be.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not sure if we've seen any other meltdowns, but CNN has continued to be pretty ho-hum, being pretty slow.
I have food in my mouth.
Well,
Steven over here is energizing. So
one thing I'll say is that in Arizona, the governor weighed in. I don't know if you guys went over this. And he said that the Arizona governor said it's far too early to call.
Oh, I wish I would have been just a few seconds, like a half second faster.
And we haven't even started to count early ballots dropped off at the polls. In Arizona, we protect Election Day. Let's count the votes.
We just gonna beat them down, and then they all run away.
How many Election Day ballots were dropped off, or how many?
Are you harassing them? Oh, I mean,
yeah,
they're gonna.
70, I think 76.
Dude, they thought I was alone. They're like, leave me alone, dude.
I mean, he's really 210,000 vote lead in Arizona right now. He's going to have to carry most of what's coming in. So I think it looks pretty bad.
It's going to be hard.
Arizona.
It's going to be a lot.
It doesn't change Pennsylvania, Michigan.
You've got to absolutely get most of those votes if you're Trump trying to eke out a victory. I understand that the thoughts are, okay, maybe it's too early to call, but this is not even
get it.
7% lead.
Try me, Diablo.
By Trump in
Try me.
2016. So, I mean, I think you're going to look at something even closer than that. So you're going to add in maybe Arizona's going to come down to some very last minute. Maybe that's tomorrow or
help.
If not even
or Friday. They predicted Friday before the election.
Okay.
That it would take them until Friday to be able
They don't want to fight the garage, sir.
I don't know why.
Well, look, I don't know if anybody can wait until the weekend. I didn't board up the windows at my law office, so I'm a little concerned about that.
You probably ought to do that.
And I brought all my guns here to the studio, so that's
exciting.
Now I'm going to take my desk back. I'm going to give you guys some bulletproof vests.
Okay.
Poor decision making here.
Yeah. This is light. Holy crap!
Well, that's a
really?
And then hold on a second. We have
Fuck, dude.
Everything on cooldown, dude. I'm trying.
Just run.
I just want you to make sure you get. I want to make sure. First of all, if you're one of the over 500,000 people that are here watching,
Divas attacking core,
and you're sticking around to watch me, thank you. If you're here to stick around and watch,
get the objective.
Dang it! But if you're here to stick around to see Steven talk with Alex Jones, we all know how big tech talks.
I'll run interference.
Oop. How they really don't like to see him, and we really know how much Spotify.
I just try leaving if I was you. Oh.
But he'll be here talking with Steven a little
I'm
bit.
dead.
But don't forget, Steven.
I did not mean to do that to you.
Our newest sponsor, supporting us, great body armor. He gave the rest of us, Steven, and he gave us all body armor. He gave Gerald a T-shirt.
Took every
all
three
games.
But it has the logo on it.
Oh, good.
So that's
Well,
good.
Yeah.
Is it bulletproof? Is the logo gonna say?
Try them on.
I don't know.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's warm.
Asian
You
warm.
know what I mean? Like when you sit in someone else's seat in school.
His seat is warm, Asian
I don't
warm.
know if you could hear when I was talking before, but my nose got all stuffy. Did it?
And she's like, "Excuse, I leave now."
So I gotta. I've never used these where you don't actually press it in your nose.
Did you have to do this on air? I don't.
As soon as I get up, I'm just gonna go laser beam.
You guys can just listen to Gerald and stuff.
Through the wall. Do it through the wall.
I hear that's
Like right here.
Yeah. Yep.
If you go, I'll be up just a few seconds after you. I'll come defend you if you want to just get on it.
I don't have instant. I don't have like maxed out laser beam.
Oh.
I just
Well,
told
then
a
let's go
friend
around.
from the army,
Let's go
I
around
said,
top. Go
"Stream
top. Go
me
top. Go
instead
top.
of Fox News for the election coverage." I said, "I'm awesome and drunk, and not that you haven't seen me drunk before."
But I like real. Sorry, Alex.
Oh, it looks like Crowder had to run to the bathroom.
Is that the whole thing? Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Hit the core. 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 Hit the core.
That's a great shot. Okay. Oh yeah, that's very. We'll,
Good shit,
we'll
bro.
bring those guys on.
You know, you
GG.
told the
Li
story
Ming
about
for the
running
win.
2020 election and Steven Crowder brushed his teeth. That's your story.
I dance with my laser beam. Wow, I'm fucking upset. Like, fuck you, DVA.
Mental Health Awareness Week.
Excited about that. Wow.
MVP, yay. Fuck you.
That's great. Wow.
That is true. Yes.
I mean, like, you could be a garage that didn't get up here. I mean, what?
Could be a garage that saved people's lives all game.
Or bring a fucking Zool to you, be like, here. He asked for another sacrifice. I give him another sacrifice.
Mr. Alex Jones, info.
I shared you. I wanted to make sure you had a good time, sir. Did you have a good time? I had a good time. I was like, hey, Zool, you want to? Let me introduce you to my girl, Li Ming.
Dude, for real.
Oh! New York Times has finally called Ohio 136 Trumps.
Hey, screw you. I appreciate you being with me. Yeah, I'm not on your show. You're on my show.
What's this BRB smoke thing?
I don't know. Yours is broadcast on radio too, so I can't.
No, say you piece of filth.
Okay, you piece of glorious filth.
It's called how about you mind your own damn business?
Oh, come on.
Why don't you mind your own damn business, Cody?
I'm showing a Joe Biden at 213 and a Donald Trump at 118, sir.
Sorry, you can't. And so
Ooh, hello, viewers. There's a lot of people in the chat. Say hi, chat, Cody.
Can't get on board with people who don't support you. I don't want to. So I'm glad to have you on here tonight.
I'm gonna say this.
Ooh, that's good.
I mean, are you sharing communications?
Yes.
Why?
But listen, you're here
Well,
with us. We love you.
I unmuted and then I muted and then I unmuted.
Yeah, I think Trump's winning. Put on the
You want
Did
me
Hawaii
to?
go to Biden?
I did a whole kind of
Yeah, that was a given.
With early voting and with the percentage of the early vote and what kind of a gap there needed to be. Thus far, I've been right about all of it.
He needed those 4 electoral votes, sir. What else just got called for Biden? He's at 223 now.
He's at 213.
But right now,
I'm showing 223.
Depending. Oh.
What's going on there, Quarter Black Carrot?
New Mexico.
What's going on here is
I don't know what else got.
Run the board. People act like Donald Trump does. Donald Trump, he just needs to win Michigan or Pennsylvania, and then he can win any of the other. He can win Wisconsin and Michigan. He can win Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Joe Biden, even at this point, let's assume he does win Arizona. He needs.
I don't know what they called
Michigan
for him.
and Pennsylvania, the big, or he needs to win
New Mexico, maybe.
And then Michigan or Pennsylvania. So there are still fewer options.
No.
Missouri?
At this point. And I will say this. I don't
Minnesota?
this could
I mean, I'm going back and forth, and I don't know what they called that. Oh, Minnesota. They called Minnesota for him.
To see Donald Trump
for who, Biden?
For Biden, yeah.
From 2016 in Philadelphia, and seeing how he's doing better with black men, black women, Latinos.
I mean, if Michigan, Ohio, Michigan and Ohio and Texas and Florida all go to Trump, that's it. That's GG.
Yeah, all he needs is Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, maybe Wisconsin, but basically Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, maybe Wisconsin. He's got it.
No, I mean, I am not the mathematician like you are, but I'm seeing some of the same numbers you're seeing. What do you think is going to happen if Trump wins versus Trump loses? What does Trump need to do if he wins versus if the Democrats win? What's going to happen?
So if Donald Trump
Bro, Michigan is like spiting the governor, bro. You see how many red squares are in Michigan? Bro.
You're looking at it, right?
Like Detroit.
What's Flint say? What color is Flint Square, John?
Yeah.
Probably move pretty quickly in quelling any.
I never like if it stays red, I'm gonna be like, okay.
What is the random yellow square? There's a random yellow square.
Third party,
Libertarian? Libertarian won a fucking area? What the fuck?
Maybe.
They did. They won whatever county that is.
That's still
that link you sent me.
That still entertains me.
Shows Biden leading.
I think they're still going to be.
Where?
Here's the thing: in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, right? They're
that
boarding
link it
up.
says
They're boarding up their
223 to
shops.
119.
And that's obviously not because of Trump supporters, right? What is so shocking to me? I shouldn't say shocking. But
Yeah, supposedly he's 223 to 118, but that doesn't mean shit.
Stores like Austin. When has anyone ever boarded up a store because they're afraid?
Well, the only states that might go to him is Maine.
And they know that if Donald Trump wins
But that's a big if.
they can expect their own stuff.
So 4 electoral votes if he gets Maine. That's 4 plus Arizona. That's 15. That would not. He still wouldn't be there. He'd still be short. I think he's gonna come up short. Even if he gets if Biden manages to get Maine, Arizona, and Nevada, he comes up short. He loses.
He's gonna come up short. All Trump needs is Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, maybe Wisconsin. I counted it out earlier.
Ohio's definitely gonna be us. I love how it's so cute how like just the like inner cities are the ones that are fucking blue.
No, I agree. When I come home, like I have like machine gun belts and like hand grenades. My wife gets so excited.
Yeah, well, just don't dirty talk and tell her to pull the pin.
What is that giant bottle of liquor you've got right there?
Well, because I would say it's Wild Fowl 102 because they're not a sponsor, but it's nice. I actually haven't had that much to drink tonight. I was planning on it when Donald Trump won, but I haven't been doing that. Seems to me like you guys might have been doing a little bit of drinking tonight.
I think I've had a couple drinks.
Alex Jones has had a couple drinks.
Because sometimes you're like, I'll talk with you. I'm like, yeah, maybe we can go grab it. You're like, no, I'm not drinking anymore. I stopped. My sleep is better. And then you're like,
So we're leading in the Senate and the House.
On and off of it. I did like 4 months last year. Drinking less like 30 pounds. But let's get serious. Stephen Crowder.
Okay, I was.
2020 election. How epic is this? And it's so nail-biting. Like, is Trump going to win? Like, what are the latest numbers? I want to hear it. I just want to be here with Stephen Crowder. And we've got Owen Schroyer in the other studio. I mean, what's the latest numbers? What's happening right now?
Well, I don't know what's going on. Is there anything that's new that's developed there? Hold on. Reg the Bandit is here with me. I don't think that anything has been called right now in this period of time. But Reg the Bandit, is there something new that I should know about?
The AP did call Minnesota for Biden.
Okay.
But, that's how it was looking anyway.
Okay, so Minnesota's gone to Biden. That doesn't really necessarily surprise me. It really comes down.
Roger Stone on like 20 minutes ago. He's like, I think Arizona's preemptive. They came out and now Arizona's not sure, right?
Yeah. It's some places are saying that Arizona is preemptive, but it doesn't seem. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone is saying that it was called wrong. They were saying that it might have been called a little bit too soon. Listen, I don't know that that's necessarily foul play. I just think people are eager to try and call something.
Bro, you might as well say he's won Michigan at like 55%, bro.
It really is. Listen, it's anyone's.
Like, good fuck.
Yeah, you're seeing it, right? 54% Michigan.
They haven't called
like, bruh, unless it's way more.
What happens if the left wins?
Well, that's a big middle finger to the governor, bro.
Trump wins. What do? Like, what's their victory dance versus
Pennsylvania? 68 or 60%. Or I'm sorry, 56% in Pennsylvania. He's won Pennsylvania.
They just dance on Mexicans.
That makes sense.
They just stomp. My point is they just stomp people. That's what they do. I don't think it really matters. I think maybe they might put Eddie Haskell it and put on a nice face for a couple of days if Joe Biden wins. But I think it's pretty tough, you know, to put that genie back in the bottle when people are ready to burn stuff down right now. If I think there's still going to be some destruction. Montreal,
I wonder if they recognize our name from last game and there's someone on that team is like, bro, we cannot have that Garrosh another game. That went terrible for us. Literally, every time I threw somebody, it was like, insta kill.
They want power. They want political domination.
Right.
And so they want fascism, so they're going to do it.
We got a Zool. Okay. Leaving.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know how bad it's going to be, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if this if it dwarfed the kind of.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone else knows how to heal.
You know, 2020. Or
other than me.
Earlier in the year in 2020, over the course of the next.
Range.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I hate it. I don't want that to be the case. Yeah.
You can't have a gallon of whiskey.
287, Phil.
And bring at least 5 ounces right now.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm carrying, Alex. I'm not going to commit a crime. You should know better.
We'll make this happen, sir.
Oh, you're concealed carrying under Texas law. But you're not driving a vehicle, though.
I'm not driving a vehicle, and technically I'm open carrying. So you know what?
All right. Be right back.
That's right.
5 ounces?
5 ounces.
5 ounces.
I'm not going to open 5 ounces. I'm not going to open 5 ounces because I have to finish a broadcast here, Alex.
Fine. You're going to do a great job. This is what everybody wants.
Thank you for look. You know what?
I am damaged white man, sir.
That's probably 5. It's 5 shots.
That's probably 5 shots. Yeah. I wish that we had those big ice cubes, you know, so it doesn't dilute over the course of the show.
Big juicy ones, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we had some, but unfortunately my wife used them for some kind of a project she found on Etsy, so I beat her without mercy.
I hope you're ready for my damaged white main power, sir.
Hey, you can see there's a little bit in there. Now, keep in mind, Joe Rogan couldn't peer pressure me to drink Gentleman Jack the way you just did for 2 reasons. 1, Gentleman Jack sucks. 2, I understand that you have my best interest at heart. I feel like Joe Rogan just wanted to argue with me about pot.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
But I think that you just want me to have a good time. All right.
The truth is, Steven, we're going to get married.
Oh, hey, and by the way, Alex Jones, we do have to get going. Did you read that Bloomberg article, by the way, that came out?
Yeah, somebody saying.
No, which one?
Okay, because I was worried that you might read, because there was this Bloomberg article came out that was a hit piece where they asked me about
I'm kidding, bro.
And, I said, like, oh, yeah, I said I had him on. I said I disagree
This
with
dude thinks I'm kidding about topping damage with white main.
And I don't like the doggy pile, and so I feel compelled to have
Like, I'm going to be like, bro, so let's see, that K-Gore, that Zool, dude, I'm going to bring him, I'll give him an update like every few minutes. I'll be like, hey, by the way, I'm this much higher than you.
You disagree with me a lot. I just love your show. I watch you. Here's the thing. I watch you on my TV. I like go to your channel and we watch it with the kids. So I watch you every day. So I'm like,
You literally could be a melee assassin or a ranged assassin. What the fuck, dude?
I am back. Back again.
Apparently they seen me lock with that shit. They seen our team and were like, nope.
You are a character, and I don't mean you're playing a character. It's like you're a character. You're a guy. You're a character.
We're all characters. So gut level. Is Trump going to be president tomorrow morning?
Gut level, yes. What do you think?
I agree.
Okay, good. All right.
I mean, he better be. My God, if that walking corpse is the president, and people buy into that,
I tell you what.
I don't know what to
have
say,
you actually
Steven.
tried to watch a full Biden rally? I don't mean 5 or 10 minutes. A full Biden rally? Have you tried?
No. I agree with you. Everybody's like, oh, it's out of context. I've sat there like 5 or 6 times and watched like an hour. It's worse than the clips. It's like, what the hell is this?
Alex Jones looks fucking wasted, dude.
And you're still far more articulate than Joe Biden when he when he's on speed.
Montana has been called for Trump. All 3 of the votes.
So I wonder what that's about. Please don't tell me I'm going to pull a switcheroo with Carmella. I get it's Kamala, but I wondered if you'd be racist.
Axios this morning.
All 3, sir.
Axios, he said, I'm going to assert power and declare myself the winner, and the media is going to declare me the winner. So we're about to see history right now, Crowder.
Oh, my God.
Steven, I've had nothing to drink today, okay?
Okay, well, that's fair. So you haven't had any domesticated fowl 102?
And Joe Biden's not a Chi-Com agent. I've never had one drink of my life, and Joe Biden is not a traitor.
All right, Infowars.com. Alex, we do have to get going, but I appreciate you being on, brother, and maybe you're right. I do want to stay tuned here for this next statement. Yeah. I think he just hung up on us.
He did.
Okay.
And Iowa and Montana are going for Trump.
Oh, surprise!
Oh, yeah.
Remember, Iowa was supposed to be a swing state.
By the way, Getzman on Wayne County, he's outperforming 2016 in Wayne County. He's outperforming in Grand Rapids, and it just keeps getting bigger. 300,000 vote lead roughly in Michigan right now. 600,000 vote lead in Pennsylvania.
Is it just me, or does Gerald sound a little low?
A low, like deep voice, or low volume?
I don't know. I think you might need to turn it towards you. Well, you guys didn't put on your bulletproof vests.
Oh, I didn't know.
So that was Alex Jones. Again, the promo code is Crowder Election Stream, and you get $30 off. Folks, listen, if you want 4 more years of this, and you don't have to do this, you can pirate it, you can do it for free. We just ask that you don't. Crowder Election Stream, that's the hashtag, that's the promo code. You get $30 off, and you get to spend every day with us where we read your chats, where we spend time with you. Maybe in a little bit we can actually read some chats from people in the Blaze. I don't know if we necessarily have any. Does anyone know what Biden is going to do? Do you think he's going to try and declare victory?
No, I think he's saying go to bed.
What do you so wait,
everybody sleep on it.
Is it
so
like, we're not going to find out tonight? Is that?
Yeah.
So
That's probably what it is.
Guys, if we don't find out tonight, you guys can just leave the camera on in the studio, and I'm going to stick around.
He is up way past his bedtime.
Well, I'm waiting to see if any of these numbnuts are going to fucking hover something. Okay.
Without calling a lid. Okay, guys. Like, we don't need to.
Guys, I've been in bed for 6 hours. I hope things are going well.
I tell you what, you guys know me. I'm an old man. I'm always asleep by 10.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
So this is what I think Biden's going to say. I think he's going to say it's clear that we're not going to have the results tonight. So he's going to say, I'm not conceding, and I'm calling a night.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of think.
I think this is just him calling a night.
I do think Donald Trump has made a statement about the Iowa going red.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we have Donald Trump calling Iowa for us. What do we know what he's saying at all?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Iowa. Some may call you a flyover, but I don't. I love ya, because I love all states, except New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you know what?
With the New Jersey
I can't say it's
I was helping out, or I was talking to a buddy of mine that was from the Army. I was letting him know about a sergeant of ours that passed, apparently from COVID. And I texted him, and he said penis. I'm like, seems kind of small.
Are we close? Because that's when we're going to have the dog, of course, attack.
Yeah. You know, Wisconsin was that was what, 1:30 a.m. in 2016.
Yeah, in 2016.
Yeah, it seems like it's still a ways.
Bro, are we just going to get a DC because our teammate's not going to select a character?
With even Brendan in maybe about a minute. You guys let me know when he's ready, because he'll be preparing to be attacked by Ice the dog.
Yeah. Can we just do it for fun? I mean,
no. We got to wait until they call. But I just want to check in and make sure he's at the ready.
Boo.
Boo. So what were you about to say there?
I was just going to say Fox News retracted their call of Arizona.
Oh,
You going to hover something?
Who knows? Who knows?
Let's
Me?
pull Arizona off then.
This count
pull
guy.
Arizona off the map, because I think that's some bullshit.
Yeah, and I think I
don't need any more justification than that, do I? It's my show.
No, that sounds reasonable.
It's my show.
Them's are some bullshit.
It's some bullshitsin'.
The bullshit.
I don't think that. I think Arizona was called too soon. I think Arizona might go to Biden. That was the one that I thought would go to Biden, just because of the consistent leads until the recent polls that had switched. But I still wouldn't be surprised to see Donald Trump win Arizona by a point.
I'm a little surprised, I would say. I thought it was going to be like razor thin down to the wire with him 200 and something thousand votes right now. That's a little more than I thought. Unless, like you said, they haven't counted all the in-person votes.
Dude, this one's all about
We'll see kind of how it shakes out.
Do we know if they've not
the objective. It has nothing to do with anything else. The objective is pretty much the win.
They have not counted.
We get the objective, we get the win. That's just all there is to it.
You get the
I'm gonna.
So that doesn't seem.
I'll be spamming heels.
Let me see. New York Times is reporting that 93% of counties,
Good,
14
good.
out of 15, have reported their absentee votes.
Okay.
So, again, where that final number comes out, not entirely sure.
Do they say on the is that New York Times or New York
Yes,
Post?
New York Times.
Do they say how much of the same-day voting has been reported?
This looks like 76%.
Okay, so there's more of the absentee votes counted than the same day.
Overall. So I think the governor's statement was we haven't counted all of the in-person votes. I thought that's what the governor said.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So in other words, but you're saying 93% of the counties have counted their absentee votes, and only 70-something% of today's votes.
It's not
70, overall 75%.
I think this is an overall number. Honestly, the website's not very clear from the New York Times, but we can dig into that data and see what else we've got there.
Okay, I think right now we lost CNN for a
Gotta
little bit.
stay clear of that Diablo there, sir.
That's okay.
You know, this is one of those things that can we check in with Brendan then and see if he's ready? Maybe that might be something to do right now as we wait. All right, let's check.
Virginia is still 50% to 48.
Yeah, he's right there. Okay, he's getting ready to be attacked by a dog when we call Wisconsin. That's his home state.
I cannot wait for this.
He would have to drive 2 hours just to go to a Chick-fil-A.
Really?
What's he wearing?
That's not.
He's wearing a bodysuit.
A body.
So he's wearing a bodysuit.
Looks like a sumo wrestling.
Like does it have pillows in it?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what. Well, it's padded. It's padded. These are technical things you need not worry yourself with. It's a padded suit because he's going to be attacked by a belt. Yeah, it's a big dog. It's a very big dog. It's going to hurt a lot, but he volunteered for this. And by volunteered, I mean it was in his contract.
He knew.
Brendan, did you volunteer for this?
Well, we can't hear him. We don't have a microphone.
That's a good.
Do we have a micro? Are we going to have a microphone when we actually attack him there, Tim from HR? Yes. We're going to have a microphone when he gets mauled, right?
We have to hear the screaming.
Yeah, we have to hear the screaming.
Yeah.
We are going to have, hey, Tim from HR. We're going to have a microphone when Brendan gets mauled, right? Okay, right now I can't hear him. I just see his stupid little Liberty Bell looking hair.
I'm entertained. We're going to watch a guy get mauled by a dog when his home state gets called.
All right, that's enough from even Brendan. Let's see. Let's go back to CNN now with John King. Oh, my God. That's a 12-point lead for Trump in Michigan. How much of the vote has come in Michigan?
Can't see it yet.
Let's see here.
And in Pennsylvania, 61%. 61%, he has a 15-point lead. Wisconsin, 70%, and he has a 51. Here's what it comes down to. Wisconsin, Milwaukee,
Be careful, we're getting this camp.
With Milwaukee,
so good.
That has already come in, and he's already at a lead. Then it's over in Wisconsin.
I think Milwaukee is going to come in toward the end of the night, so that's sort of a wild card there.
Are you fucking dyke?
Again, because he's doing better with black voters, and there still are in Milwaukee a lot of. Hey, look, half Asian Bill is wearing his vest. That's 44 Magnum proof.
You know, I feel like I need to be negotiating a hostage release right now.
That guy, he looks tough.
This is the classic, like, I just walked up, I'm drinking this terrible coffee, crumple up the styrofoam, boom. Jump! I don't care.
Team's in trouble.
All right, NCIS.
This is my case now, son of a bitch.
How is Virginia being called for Biden? The question everybody wants to know.
Bullshit.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's my jurisdiction.
I distracted them a little bit.
Talk about jurisdictions.
Let him talk about jurisdiction.
Gosh, you're always.
You're off the case. This is kind of par for the course tonight. We're all talking about jurisdiction.
It needs to be more classic. Like, you know, they all show up and they're like, no, you have to do it.
Right.
No, you have to do it.
You.
Hey, by the
You
way,
have to do it.
I didn't pour or drink 5 ounces of that whiskey.
What?
Well, because I saw how Alex Jones was talking.
You mean
I think in like 2 hours, Alex is gonna be like, I was with Steven, and Steven drank 97 ounces. He drank the whole bottle.
Listen, folks, listen. I don't want to speak out of turn, and I know that the media's gonna take this out of context.
Keep going.
Crowder, drink 2 giant 3-liter bottles of Wild Turkey whiskey.
I have the document.
I have the documents to prove it. And then he said,
bring me those documents.
Guatemala with gonorrhea as an experiment of biochemical warfare. Now, I like Steven. He's got a lot of good qualities, but he's an alcoholic.
Look, it takes one to know one.
Yeah, never mind.
Love
He
Alex.
encouraged you to do it.
Down here.
Alex Jones is an
Bottom.
entertaining character.
Oh, I love
He
Alex, yeah.
absolutely is an entertaining character. All right, let me ask you guys. Gut, does Trump win?
Yes.
Gut,
Yeah.
does Trump win?
Barely.
Gut, does Trump win?
Yeah, the bull dyke on me. Fucking stupid fat dyke ass bitch.
Audio Wade.
Yes.
Fucking hate her,
I would
dude.
say barely too.
What does barely mean to you guys?
I think he
Define
wins
barely.
Wisconsin and one of the other two.
I don't see any surprises on this map right now.
I'd say,
Look, the way it's.
What do you know?
I'm right
what
there.
What I'm saying is, like, there's nothing that he won last time that he is losing on this map.
Arizona right now.
Arizona.
Yeah, the Arizona we took off. I'll say
That's
that
true.
there is some confusion on Twitter. Several high-level accounts that were verified were saying that Trump had retracted it, but Fox now says,
check marks, man.
per a network source, that they have not retracted it. But none of the other networks have called Arizona for either candidate, so that still seems to be in place. But as for you know, my
I honestly do not know Maine, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. It's one of the Eastern Coast. He's freaking garbage.
You know, so
It may just come down.
Okay,
to
let me
the
ask you
wire.
this. Let me ask you this. Okay, show of hands, and we'll just show the long shot here, Cordo Buck Garrett. Who thinks that Trump wins, or whatever? I'm just saying. Who thinks that Trump wins at least one?
I can't fucking heal all that, dude.
Yeah, I think so.
Good shit, though.
That is huge. Because then, who thinks that he
Go in,
wins
sir?
one of the other Midwestern states, being Wisconsin or Pennsylvania? I think he probably does.
Yeah, I think he wins Michigan.
I really thought I think he wins Pennsylvania if not for voter fraud. And I don't want to be that person who says, "Oh, Donald Trump wins if not for voter fraud." Period. No, I'm not.
If he wants to live, he won't come any.
Pennsylvania
Never mind.
specifically is rife with voter fraud. I don't know if we have that segment or if you can bring it up, the voter fraud segment. But a lot of those ballots discarded,
What a dumbass.
a lot of double registration, and a lot of extending the deadline always.
Ooh.
And it's well known that Pennsylvania is a hotbed for voter
Now look
fraud.
what CNN's reporting right now.
Oh, they need help. They need help.
A 15% lead by Donald Trump, with 61% of the estimated vote having come in. Though, of course, you've got a huge number of absentee ballots that have not been tallied and will be, according to what Gerald and Reg are saying.
I knew it was from one of those states. I wasn't sure.
So I think there's going to be a lot of nail biting that happens, and I really am confident that yes, there are a lot of paths, but I think it all ends in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's 670,000 vote.
Unless
right now in
Trump wins
Pennsylvania.
both Wisconsin and Michigan, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin's the toss-up. I think Michigan.
I got no mana.
Really strong for him right now. I think he's outperforming by like 70 or 80,000 votes in Wayne County if the projections just extrapolate out.
Let me ask you this:
Doing
what
good.
do you think is ethical with Pennsylvania? Because some people have said we should.
Ooh,
know
give me out,
election
give me
night.
out, give me out, give
Some
me
people said we should
out.
wait until all the votes are counted. What do you
Same.
think is the ethical thing to do in Pennsylvania? Do we wait 2, 3 weeks to count all the way into December? What do you think?
There's no system under the law that would the current structure of how votes are counted in Pennsylvania.
Republicans should retain Senate
Weeks and weeks out. Even the officials there
and actually may retake House
for us to have some kind of question about a couple of days
from the signs I'm seeing.
Terrible, not ideal.
174, 223.
A lot of up in the air that's not ideal.
There's Zarya. Is leading on
Blah,
player damage.
Even if we are going to call out problems with these votes, and trust me, I don't think there's going to be anything good that's going to come out of looking at these votes in terms of how they're actually being counted and the concern that we have about how these mail-in ballots actually got there and how they're being counted.
They finally fucking called Florida.
My worry is that when you count after Election Day, that the postmarking can be fun. You know what I mean? That you don't necessarily know if they came in before election time. As far as I'm concerned, if you're an adult,
If you don't fucking like get them off of me, like I can't ever get this.
that it can be counted by election day. And I understand that some but again, people what they often do is they say, well, this hasn't been the rule. States like Ohio, there was the governor of Ohio. What's his name? DeWine?
Gotta use the rest.
DeWine, DeWitt,
lovely
derelict. Well, I guess Governor Derelict. My ball.
I mean, I feel like CNN is about to just be like, oh yeah, Biden 290.
Don't you notice at CNN they don't have Texas filled in, they don't have Iowa filled in. This is what's so telling. And by the way, I don't know if there's any other stream out there, Reg the Bandit, if they're telling us if there's a stream out there like ABC, NBC, CBS, where it's either more accurate or they're more on meltdown.
Yeah.
But listen, I think they're nervous, and I think we're nervous, and I think that that's fair. Listen, I never told you that Donald Trump was going to win, but I think that people are going to be surprised, and they wanted you to think that Donald Trump was that Georgia was a toss-up, that North Carolina was a toss-up, that Florida, Ohio. What did I tell you tonight? I said the ones I'm most confident about here are Florida, Ohio, and Iowa, and those are called, and they're by big margins.
So now we're seeing on the New York Times that they are, with their little meter, mabobber, whatever that is, that the margin is +7 for Trump, 81% reporting, but their forecast is 67% Biden.
For which state?
For Georgia.
That Diablo likes to eat orbs.
Yeah. Does that mean because there hasn't
They
been
all
a
like to eat orbs,
something
sir.
like that in Georgia?
Not entirely clear, but yeah, they're saying tilting Biden in terms of a win probability. Now, not a heavy switch.
They thought I hit hard now.
Left of center. But
Atlanta would
High
probably-
laser, sir.
Yeah, so what?
Atlanta would swing Biden for sure.
It looked like they
what's
just
counted.
counted Atlanta. They're counting Atlanta now.
Really?
I
Really?
can't help you, bro. I'm trying.
Okay.
Everything I had was my cooldown.
Fucker! Oh my fucking god! God, I hate it, dude! Jesus Christ! Do I not have a fucking tank?
Less than 1 point.
What happened?
Early voting versus how much?
I would so love it if I had any fucking help.
They're breaking it down.
Literally, there was the whole fucking team. You
know,
mean, Trump still has a 7-point lead with 81% of the vote in Georgia on CNN right now.
So let me.
Is that updated?
Well, I think maybe they're a little bit late.
They're behind.
If
Yeah,
Trump
they're a
if
little
Trump
behind.
loses, if Trump were to actually lose Georgia, you probably could come pretty close to calling that election. It's very unlikely.
I think it's going to be pretty indicative.
Yeah.
So some interesting data on the New York Times. They've got a little section specifically for Georgia that talks about what's changed from 2016 in precincts where voting is complete. And you have seen a plus 14 for Trump and plus 12 for Trump in majority Hispanic and Cuban neighborhoods, plus 6 with in urban areas, and plus 2 with majority
How
black.
did Cubans make their way to Georgia? You can't raft across land.
They're everywhere, man. They get into Florida. They're like, you know,
It's the next place north.
I'm not into swamps. They go to Georgia.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Little less swampy.
Hey, they finally called Florida on CNN. Hey,
they got it right.
Jeez.
So here's the
waited to the bitter.
interesting number in Georgia. The vote shift for Biden was majority age 65 plus and white, fewer college grads. Now, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
There are areas that just have those types of people. Plus 0.5 for Biden this time around. 1.5 million votes. So I think that's some effective getting out the vote on the Democrats in Georgia, who are making some gains there. But it looks like, still 67% for Georgia. Potential probability of win for the New York Times.
Yeah, they have a 67% chance of Biden winning Georgia and an 85% chance of Trump winning North Carolina. I don't know that I buy that with Georgia. I don't know. I mean, again, the New
That's
York
a big
Times.
one. If he peels that off, that's a big one.
Yeah, that would be a big one if that actually happens. What are you about to say there, Reg?
Oh, I was just saying, you're asking about, what's ethical with waiting to count all the votes coming in, specifically in regard to like Pennsylvania. And I think it's one thing if it just takes a long time to count the votes. It's another thing if Pennsylvania says we're stopping counting the night of the election, and it's not even that far in, and then you have the Attorney General saying like, even if Trump wins, we're going to litigate this. We've gone 0 to 6 with like that. If you're doing it on purpose, just to sort of string things out and buy time, that seems sort of
Is he about to do the
dishonest.
Oh, here we go.
Biden about to speak?
It looks like he's coming out.
Oh, he's coming out? Let's see what he has to say.
Let's see.
Somebody's coming out.
It's all the Trump voters.
Or whatever those
What happened to his stylish Hugo Boss black mask? If he declares victory,
oh yeah,
I think he's just going to say,
go to bed.
Go to bed. Yeah.
Your patience is commendable. We knew
Say
this
he's
was
going
going
to
to
bed.
go long, but who knew we're going to go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe even longer.
Everyone, dumbass.
It's on the news.
We feel good about where we are. We really do.
Oh, good. Joe Biden saying, go home, go sleep. We'll see you Friday
We believe we're on track to win this election.
when we lose.
We knew because of the unprecedented early vote and the mail-in vote that it's going to take a while. We're going to have to be patient until the hard work of tallying the votes is finished. And it ain't over till every vote is counted. Every ballot is counted.
He looks like he got sunburned on a ski hill.
Yeah.
But we're feeling good. We're feeling good about where we are. We believe
You're feeling
one
good
of the
'cause you're
Mets
hopped up on
suggests that
painkillers.
we've already won Arizona, but we're confident about Arizona. That's a turnaround. We also just called it for Minnesota, and we're still in the game in Georgia, although that's not one we expected. And we're feeling real good about Wisconsin.
How is he still in the game for Georgia? 81%, and it's 53% fucking Trump.
Take time to count the votes. We're going to win Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't see Pennsylvania.
And they're really encouraged by the turnout and what they see. Look, we can know the results as early.
I don't see it. Whatever. It's starting to reload. It's clear that it's.
Good folks in Philly, Allegheny County, Scranton, and they're really encouraged by the turnout and what they see. Look, we can know the results as early.
It's doing the loop thing. I don't see it. I don't see Biden's path to victory. Like, he's got where he could do it. I just don't see it. You don't see it, right? Neither one of you?
No.
I'm surprised you're still awake, Cody.
I do good. Sneaky sneak, sneaky sneak. Laser beam.
Time to move. That tower's about to respawn. It felt so good to watch him pull and just get fucking clapped.
Sacrifices. Oh, I think I deserve MVP. Watch ETC get it though.
Me get it, bro. What? For what? Hero damage? What?
I had more.
What?
What? Be like, oh, she had more kills. I'm like, but I had more player damage. That didn't make sense, sir.
No, it does not.
Well, we need a concentrated effort on the rest of social media, guys, and
I have a
everyone out
chest,
there
I'm
to
gonna open
let
it.
people
Yeah,
know.
it was Facebook took us down, so it took both streams down. Now we are back up.
I'm glad I opened that. Now I'm disappointed.
All right, everyone on YouTube, please tweet this
You
out.
glad you opened it at this point?
Make sure that half
Was it everything you wanted it to be? And then some.
And the social team to get everything back up. What were we at before we were torn down?
Over 500.
We were over 500,000 on YouTube, and then all of a sudden our stream went down on the YouTube. So anything you guys can do, whether it's Instagram, whether it's a Facebook post,
let all your friends
and of
know
course, everyone, we don't know exactly what happened yet, but this is why it is very important that you join at louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub. It's what allows us to keep doing this. This is what allows my half-Asian lawyer to go out there and kick some asses. This is one of those things where you don't get it back, right? You don't get it. Oh, it's a glitch. Well, we don't even know what's going on with Facebook. We can't necessarily reach somebody at Facebook. If we didn't have you guys supporting us, and this has always been streaming for people who miss a portion, a few minutes on YouTube.
Well, if he's not going to respond, I'm
Facebook,
just going to kind of
ever
exit
actually
game.
be back up tonight. You would have watched everything over there on Mug Club over there.
Yeah,
me either. So,
hi, bitch.
Thanks for joining, and it didn't happen with a young Turk.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah, me too. I'm exhausted. I got a long day tomorrow.
And we take extra extra precautions to make sure that we are within
You there,
fair
Ken?
use.
Yeah, it did go down during the speech.
Oh, I was muted. Yes, I'm here. Always
Alright,
long
I'm
day.
hopping off.
And Cody is a bitch.
I'll talk to you later, right?
And it looks like John already left, so I will leave too. Bye.
I sound like Joe Biden. You have
Bye.
something else I want you folks to know. It was Facebook. It wasn't.
You fixed it, Bill. Good job.
So guys,
I think I'll end the stream there.